So in this episode, because we're going back around and we're doing these pre's a little bit after the fact, because the audio got better, everything else got better, and now we have my esteemed colleague and media guru, that is Fallon Willoughby, that will be helping out and doing some of these, because we want to get an outside perspective so that you, the listener, can kind of have a different view going into all these, and you have a little bit more information about what's going on. So in this episode, where we sit down with Jessica Kite and her husband and a little Eddie, Fallon, what did you think about this episode in particular?
I thought it was really interesting to hear about how her journey started with wanting to lose weight, because that is a thing all us women strive for most of the time, whether or not we're doing anything for it. So it was great just kind of hearing how well that turned out for her, and then it turned into a passion and something that she was able to go on and do and excel at. Yeah. And I think for me, in talking to her, because I've known Jessica for, a really, really long time, much longer than she's known me, as you will hear in the episode, to see that journey and the fact that she did nothing athletic before that. She wasn't in any kind of sports in school. She didn't give two flying fucks about anything when it was coming to like that kind of stuff in school. And as you will see, she was, pregnant for most of her senior year. So that really, negates a lot of the things that you're doing as far as athletically when you're dealing with that. And yet she still just knocked it out of the park and just really just killing it. She's in her, mid to late 30s now and just doing great and loving life. And I see all of her stuff that she updates now on Facebook and Instagram, and she's just really, really just killing it. So with this being our first episode, I got to say sound quality was not the best, but, we upgraded all of our equipment since then, so it's a little bit better. But the content, I feel like, was really great. And this is our first episode we've ever did. And I feel like it went really well, considering we had one microphone for like 11 people in a condo in Florida. So I feel like it went really well. I agree. The system is certainly more fancy now, and you can tell the sound quality improves as you go along and listen through all the podcasts, but I don't think it hurts that first episode at all whatsoever. Certainly her passion shines through when she's talking about anything in her life, and it really is just a great listen because of that, and an interesting story to hear.
All right. Well, and on that note, you guys enjoy your time with Jessica Kite.
We're alive.
All right, we are here for our inaugural episode of the H2O cast. Be good or be good at it. I'm sitting here with Jessica Kite.
Hi.
Clayton. Her husband.
Hold on, wait. I want so bad to say her wife, Clayton.
Man.
But God.
You share one bicep and you never let it.
I was going with you take really good care of her like a good wife. That's the way that I was going with it. Because we had that conversation earlier today.
Water boy, Dave.
Well, we did have the conversation earlier today of other people that have, called you out of turn and said that you're Mr. Kite now.
Yeah.
So
I tried. He didn't go for it. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Just gonna put it out there.
When you
We're not even gonna recap the conversation. Let's just not. Shouldn't even have brought that up.
Well, when you're out.
But that's what we're here for. We're here to have some fun. All right. So going on around the table, we got Clayton, her husband. They both recently got married to each other. So just so we're clear on that. Not to anybody else. Over here on the soundboard, we've got Eddie Graham. Drinking his beverage. We'll call it just a beverage. And then next to him, we have his assistant, Angel / wifey. Okay. I'm Dave Waters, and this is the H2O podcast. So, Jessica, I know you through Strongman. That's what I've always known you as. I've known you a lot longer than you've known me. Mostly because we would go to contests, be working them. I would see you on weigh-in day. You'd be on about a 35-pound cut, looking terrible, like you're supposed to be on the fucking set of The Walking Dead. I would see you. We would have a conversation together. We would talk about many things. Even like, sound like we're on DMT, just on many different levels. And the next day I would go, hey, Jessica, how you feeling today after you put the weight back on? You'd look at me like I had fucking 3 heads. Who the fuck is this guy and why is he talking to me? And after 2 years of this, at all the major shows, finally you said to me, oh yeah, I remember you now.
Dave Waters.
Yeah. Took a long fucking time for that to come around.
It's a steep weight cut.
But that's the way you did it, though. So, how are those weight cuts going from your walking around weight down to that lovely 140?
They're horrible. They're actually really bad. I had a couple that weren't so bad, like a year ago. I guess when I first started dating Clayton, I had a couple of really good ones that were like easy peasy. But then the last one, I thought I was gonna die.
So, what made it easier doing them with Clayton?
Well, he kind of asked me questions like, what's your body weight today? And I don't like to lie. So it kind of helped me. It helped me stay on my diet because I knew that he was going to be holding me accountable. And, you know, when he's like, what's your body weight? And I don't lie. The only thing you can say is like, fat.
Okay. So then what made this last one so difficult? What was... What's the change?
Well, I think we got really comfortable in our relationship, so he actually quit asking me what my body weight was every day. So I'm like, YOLO, I can do whatever. But I cut for Norway for Strongest Woman in the World, which was like mid-July or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then I had to recut again 8 weeks later for America's Strongest Woman. So I think doing 2 weight cuts back to back, like 8 weeks, you would think, oh, that would be easy. Like, I could just maintain a lower body weight. But my body does not like to be a lower body weight. My body really likes to be over 160. So, like, when I weigh in at 140, by the next day, I'm, like, back to 154. By, like, the next weekend, I'm back up to, like, 160 and, like, 165.
It's a big rebound.
Mm-hmm.
So I think doing 2 cuts that close together, my body was just like, no, we're not doing this again.
So why not just go middleweight?
Well, I've tried that at your show. I didn't do so well.
It was a combined class.
Turns out I'm just strong as a lightweight.
You're just...
Well, it was a combined class at that show, and you did have some really fucking strong girls in there.
No, yes, I did. Yeah.
Danny Dyer is a really good lightweight or middleweight.
Yeah.
I think she's about 195, 200 walking around, and she cut down to the 180 to be there.
Right.
And Mary Kane is strong no matter what fucking weight she is.
She was a beast.
It doesn't matter what weight she is. I saw her last weekend in Georgia, and she had a combined class there too. And I told the promoter, I was like, Mary's gonna win. And he's like, well, how do you know? I was like, because we wait. I was like, he's like, you don't know what girls we have. I'm like, it don't matter. I'm telling you right now, Mary's gonna win. That's what's gonna happen. So when you were in that class with those ladies, that was fun.
No, it was fun.
Have you qualified as a middleweight for nationals coming up?
No, I have not.
When are you going to?
I don't know. When's your show, Dave?
Well, the next one I have is in July.
Yeah.
More likely combined class there for ladies. Just don't have a lot of spark from them, but that would be the time to get in from middleweight class. Or we have one July 20th down in Tennessee. So maybe you guys could come down for that one, do a trip to Nashville.
Well, I have a competition in August, and that's kind of taking like all of my focus, and I have to be 140. So that means...
Yeah, you're going to be way low for anything.
Yeah, so I would not be in the middle of a cut where I'm not eating carbs or...
And that's going to be ASW?
No, it's Strongest Woman in the World in Alaska.
That's in Alaska.
Yep.
That's right.
August 25th.
It's the week before Nationals.
And if that goes really well, that could be looking for Arnold in March, which is open. Mm-hmm. If you earn that, pro invite. So that's a good time to move into.
Yeah, that would be the time that she needs to be.
Right.
Get ready.
Mammoth next year is really when you need to be at your strongest. Well, I won't necessarily say heaviest, just strongest.
She looks good around 180.
Yeah.
Last time you're Donald Pro.
Why don't you go ahead and move the mic towards the center? Because this guy's a key player. Making it happen. That's just the chemistry.
Yeah,
It's popping.
he's a chatter.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Clayton's important to the overall story. I firmly believe that he's part of the package.
Absolutely.
You gotta have someone to carry those packages. Bags, boxes, food.
As we said before, he's a good wife. He's good at it. He can make it happen.
Me too. It's all right.
Someone's got to be it.
So, let's talk about a little bit more of your life and kind of how'd you get started in fitness? Just in general fitness.
In general fitness, I just got started. The guy I was dating at the time, like, you know, started seeing some other girl while we were still dating, whatever, blah, blah. Anyway, she told me I was fat, that's why he didn't like me, yada, yada. Which I was. Like, I was very, like, overweight. I was well over 200 pounds.
How many years ago was this?
It was 2012.
Okay, 2012. All right.
So, yeah. So, 7 years now. So, yeah, it was 2012. I was just overweight, out of shape. And I was like, yeah, I should just probably lose some weight. So I started going to the gym. But I joined a $10 a month gym with no commitment because I thought I would really just quit.
Join those people.
So I was like, you know, I'm just going to join this one where there's no commitment because, you know, in a month from now I'm not going to be working out anymore or care about getting skinny.
So did the bug hit like that first month or when did it really like take over?
Oh, the moment he talked shit to me and told me I couldn't do it. I was
That's
like,
great.
watch me. Watch me.
That's good. That's good. So from 2012, how long before you got your pro card as a lightweight?
I got my pro card in 2016.
Okay. What contest was that?
Well, I went to the Arnold in 2016 and I took 3rd place. So from there, they announced like all like the top 4 or whatever. We got our opportunity to go to Strongest Woman in the World in 2016 in Jacksonville, which was the first one to be held. And then it was like everyone that moved on to day 2 got their pro card.
Okay. So since then, how many pro shows have you done since 2016?
I've done every Strongest Woman in the World so far, which was 2016, 17, 18. So this will be my 4th one.
Yeah, coming up.
4th one coming up. And then I did the Pro Arnold.
Yep.
And
Did that show Lynn
did
put on? Was it Mid-Atlantic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mid-Atlantic and North Carolina.
I think it was the
pro
Europa
show.
down there. It was a pro show. It was cool. Pro-Am.
And then I did America's Strongest Woman. That was a pro show as well.
Okay.
So 5,
Yeah, at least.
6.
Seems like more than that.
I think 6.
Okay. So then this year you got Strongest Woman in the World coming. Depending on how that goes, whether or not you qualify for the
Arnold Pro.
Arnold Pro.
Yeah.
How many other chances do you have to make it to the Arnold Pro if Strongest Woman in the World doesn't go your way?
None.
That's it. I think
Wow.
That's the only option?
There was, so they do different shows. So like, they gave one lightweight invite out at the South Africa Arnold, which was the same day as our marriage. I mean, I weighed the options, but
It was tough.
Yeah.
It was a hard
You're walking
part.
around
I was
Expo
like-
Center in your tux. It's like, man.
I was like, I already sent out the invites. Like, this is not good. So that obviously was a no-go. And then they might also, like, I can't remember where the other ones were because they don't really pertain to me. But there was one show, I think in, like, Spain or something that, like, is an open class. And, like, the winner of that gets an invite, which I would not be competitive in an open class.
Right. They have those at all the Arnolds around the world. You've got Barcelona and Australia and South Africa.
Right.
And they're hosting all those. I don't think the one in China or India is having one yet, but
Yeah,
I'm
I
sure
haven't.
they will.
But they gave, like, a particular invite to, like, each show. So, like, even though there were only 3 lightweights in South Africa, like, one got an invite.
Right.
So,
Okay. So then all your focus is going really towards Strongest Woman in the World and making that weight cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be
It was.
fun.
I
Especially
had
since
another
since you
focus
want
this
that.
year, you know, the wedding and stuff, and Clayton's bicep surgery. So it's been kind of nice to just, like, now I can just focus on this one show.
Just one thing and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So speaking of the bicep,
Well,
we're
I know.
gonna switch gears here. Let's talk about how this bicep thing happened. Now it was at my show,
Yep.
Mammoth in Bowling Green, Kentucky, January 26th of this year.
me the breakdown on how
Yeah,
this
way to
thing
ruin
got
my
to work.
birthday weekend, okay? Anyways. Okay.
It was a rough weekend, but you were in Kentucky, and that made it better.
Yeah.
Because you guys infinitely made my show better.
Aw,
Absolutely. Had to have you guys there. I need you at all my shows.
It was fun until the injury. I was having a good time. I felt good that day.
Okay.
Yeah, I bet. Well, honestly, it was cold in there, which really suited me. I sweat really bad, so the fact that I wasn't sweating, I'm like, man, this is great. I feel good. I don't need to do a bunch of warm-ups and save a bunch of energy. And we were waiting around for the yoke medley, and there was a 500-pound yoke in the back. I knew. Went back, used the restroom. I'm like, take a quick spin with 500. You know, this yoke is wider than any yoke I've ever used. That's like crazy wide. Just so you know, like we have a big yoke. Mm-hmm. The small, you got a Cadillac. So I got into this thing after standing around for like probably 25 minutes in the cold, like not doing lunges, not messing with a band, pretty much just standing around. And as soon as I picked that thing up, I just felt it. It was like tearing like blue jeans, like denim. They just heard it. Like I heard it and I felt something weird. And I looked down at my elbow and there it was. And I'm like, I picked up the 285 whatever natural stone that day, like the one we were gonna use in the comp. Like picked it up fine just to like feel it out before the event and stuff. It was good. Deadlift was great. Felt strong. You know, everybody zeroed your car. I think in the 231.
So he went out in a tie for first place.
Yeah. So yeah, really, I was the first when
He was
after
really
what I
good.
meant.
Yeah. Yeah, the zero on the car, I mean, that apparently a
I really thought
Volkswagen
I was
Jetta
gonna
is
pull it.
really heavy. Volkswagen Jettas are just super heavy, apparently. I had no idea. But when we tested it, I
heavy for
tested
10
it with
guys.
a 150 guy and a 231 guy, and we were banging out reps. But apparently,
Something changed.
When it got close to dirt, there's magnets underneath the dirt, see? And they just held
That's what it was.
down.
It's that chewing gum gets stuck on the bumper and
Yeah. I put some 3M tape on the bottom of it. That's what it was. Stuck it right to the dirt. Wouldn't come up. So going through the injury part of it, you know, how long was it before you got in to see a doctor? Because I mean, you're traveling. You're out of state. You're not in your city. You're not with your primary care manager. Your insurance may or may not be effective. How long was it before you got seen and then scheduled surgery and did all of that?
we, you know, you mentioned that there was an emergency care facility not very far away at all. So I can't remember who it was, but one of your helpers took me down the road so Jessica could keep competing.
I think that was Emma. Emma
Yeah.
did that, yeah.
Yeah.
She
Shout out to
trained
Emma.
herself.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Not in a position to really drive myself too well at the time. And
And I
Well,
had
at
to
least not
compete.
the...
right, not gonna whip it. With, so she took me over there, and I mean, by the time that I was being X-rayed, I had already called a surgeon back home and set an appointment up for Monday morning at like 8:30. So that was it. So she finished the show, and we went and saw him, and he's like, "Yeah, it's at least partially torn. Insurance wasn't covering MRIs," and we were like, "Hey, we know what this is. Let's just go in." And he's like, "Yeah, it was completely detached." So good call, worked out. Did it all. Doing it out of pocket was cheaper probably than if I had paid like a $5,000 deductible. So
what did it cost altogether?
I think I spent about $4,500 with everything said and done for like splint. I didn't do any rehab there. I went and saw the physical therapist once, and I told him, I said, nobody's paying for this except for me. So you tell me what you want me to do, I'll do it. I did the exercises 5 times a day, every day. I still went in. I trained legs 3 times a week. I got blood flow in my body, and I think that really helped me come back.
And being in shape, being in a good place before that kind of stuff happens, I think helps a ton too. Because if you got a fat fuck like me, who breaks something like that, it's gonna take me a lot longer to come back than somebody who's as good a shape like as you guys are. So now, have you changed the way you do yoke?
I have not picked up yoke yet. That's probably the.
Yeah, he changed altogether.
I got
Yeah, he
cleared
said,
for it.
"Fuck it, I'm out." So he's like Aaron Foundry now. He just
And now I'm bodybuilding, and I'm bad at it. No,
Lord,
no.
oh,
I think
we're
I've
going
been
down a
cleared.
bad hole here.
I did wait until I knew they were going to clear me at week 12, so I started training a week before that because I felt like that was a pretty good balance of started doing everything light, and just now I've started to touch implements like a couple weeks ago. I think it's been 5-6 weeks that I've been in upper body, so it's going back. My grip is the biggest thing. You don't realize all the, you stop touching implements, you stop picking up, you stop deadlifting. You know, a lot of yoke bar squats and stuff is fine, keeps your back strong, but I miss the grip. So everything's probably 90% except that. So, but we got a lot of the year left, so I plan to.
Were there any setbacks during your recovery at all?
I mean, carrying Jessica's stuff around is a lot harder with one arm, but otherwise, no. No, I think it was good.
So just a
gym
little
bag
back
has
issue
wheels,
from
okay?
Leanne.
He doesn't have it that hard.
I just give her a hard time.
I got the roller bag. Just in my bag, boy. Could take it easy.
So she's looking out for you. She's got you wheels. You didn't have to pack it.
She did a lot to help me, especially in the beginning too. And there was, what was that? You had to give me a bath a couple times when I was in the cast. That was a fun thing.
The fun part was getting him out of the bathtub, slippery.
You can't take
wet.
a shower. You can't get stuff in the cast. You know, while you're in it for 12 days or whatever it is. So that's interesting. Yeah, it's a good thing you can like hold me. Like you could actually pull me out of the bathtub because.
Yes. Because the little plastic rod on the side wasn't.
I thought it was gonna break. I thought the bathtub was
No,
gonna break.
he was about to rip the whole wall down.
Speaking of her picking you up, let's talk about the greatest wedding photo of all time.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And how this kind of came about. Now, at some point, we will video our podcast and broadcast on YouTube so we can share these types of lovely images with all of our fans.
Pick them up right now.
But you often see, it's common practice that the groom has to pick up the bride and carry her through the door over the threshold of the home that they're going to. Well, these two decided to do it a little bit differently, and Jessica carried him on the beach in the sand with terrible shoes and a dress tripping her up, and still just had no problem with it at all. Just packed him along like he's a sack of potatoes. And it may be the greatest wedding photo I have ever seen in my life.
Thank you.
It's pretty awesome because it doesn't look like there's any strings. I was zooming in, looking for some strings, and they weren't there.
No.
And he looked so safe. He just curled up like right into your arm and just looked so freaking safe. Now, as we're showing this photo around the table right now, the amount of silent laughs that I'm getting is phenomenal. But yeah, by far the greatest wedding photo of all time. I don't think anybody's going to top that shit. That needs to remain your profile picture or your cover for eternity. That's just what it needs to be. Now, when you get your middleweight pro card, you maybe swap one of those out. But that one's got to stay on there at least as one of the two. So let's find out more about Jessica. You're more than just Strongman. You've been in fitness since 2012. You've been a huge part of what Strongman is since 2016. For me, it was a little bit before that. You don't remember that time, so it's okay. You don't remember that we were friends.
Yeah, I was under the influence of no food.
Yeah, no food, no water, no anything. Like I remember seeing you in Iowa going up down the stairs, trying to walk upstairs and having to pick up your leg with your hand to get up each and every step while carrying a gallon jug that you were spitting into and bumping into shit. It was bad.
I don't remember, but it sounds familiar.
Yeah. You looked pretty drunk.
That sounds awful.
It is terrible. And we're not talking about like a small weight cut here.
I do pretty crazy weight cuts here.
We're talking like 20, 30% of her body weight.
No, yeah,
Like,
I believe it all. Yeah.
A ton of weight. If I were to lose the same percentage of weight, I would cut from 300 to 205.
Good God.
No.
Yeah. And we're talking, she's doing this in a few weeks. It's ridiculous. I mean, well, really, what's the math on it? You're cutting from, your walking around weight is what?
165.
165. You've done some cuts that were
167.
180 from and down.
I did one from, I cut once 173 to 140.
So 160 to 140.
6 weeks.
So we're looking at 25 pounds on a 145 pound person.
Yeah.
We're talking
It's
a
more
fifth
than
of
the
your body weight.
recommended.
A fifth
percentage.
of your body weight.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, recommended is no more than 6 kilos ever as a weight cut. And you took that number and said, fuck you. We're not doing that. We're going to do this. So that's been your strongman life the last 7 years. Let's reach past that. Who is Jessica from the start to 2012?
Oh,
Who was that person?
I don't know. I didn't really I never really felt like I had an identity before Strongman, if that makes any sense.
Okay.
Like, I was just like a mother, you know, like, I didn't really have many hobbies, or like, I worked.
A single mother.
Yeah. Single mother, just working and doing the mom stuff, and yeah, that was about it.
When did you have your kid?
I had her when I was 18. Actually, the day before I graduated from high school. So I had her on Saturday at 2:52 in the morning, and then I graduated the next day at like 3 in the afternoon.
And you walked across?
Yes.
That's impressive. That's
I
tough.
told the doctor, I'm like, I've got somewhere to be tomorrow, so.
Let's wrap this up.
They said, well, we'll for sure get you out of here, but we don't know if, you know, Alana will be able to go with you. And she did. And we both went together, so.
Did you take her with you across the line?
I did not, no. She hung out in the audience by herself.
Okay.
No.
Well, because I mean, it is kind of a narrative that you like to, you know, pick up people you carry about and carry them across, you know, certain lines.
Yeah,
So-
that's a newer habit I've formed.
Oh, okay, well that's good. That's good. As long as you just can carry everybody in your life, you're all right. So, from that high school, being a single mom, was there crazy relationships between there and 2012? What's in that hole?
Oh, well.
A lot of crazy things.
Yeah,
going
no,
on.
there was, yeah.
What
I
helped
mean,
shape you?
my daughter's father, he's actually psychotic, but we haven't seen him since she was 2.5, so
Well,
we're good
that's
there.
awesome.
So,
Yeah,
yeah, it's perfect. So, that was, you know, he was really crazy, but he tried to kill me during the relationship, and I got out of that. Obviously, I'm alive and well, so that's fine, but, I mean, you know, I had him arrested, and we did the counseling thing and all that fun stuff, but I got out of that, and then, you know, I just took some time just to, like, find me and, like, you know, just do me. Like, I had a little kid and whatever, so then I dated a guy for like 10 years on and off. He's a cool person. Like, him and I just saw him the other day to meet up so I could see the dogs that we used to share together, but he was a really bad boyfriend, and it was just a bad, unhealthy relationship. So that kind of consumed 10 years of my life, and then that's when I found Strongman, and that was like, I don't know, it just made me so, like, I have so much more confidence, and I have just, I don't know, I feel like a better, bigger person because of, like, what it has all done for me, if that makes any sense.
Absolutely. So what have you done for work? This whole time?
Before I had my daughter in 1999, I started working for Monocle's Pizza.
99. Well, we're dating ourselves now. Okay, got it.
99, yes.
Yep.
So in 1999, I started with Monocle's Pizza in Champaign, which is where I'm from, kind of, like 10 miles east. But and then I went to ISU in Bloomington, Illinois, and I transferred over to the Monocle's there. And I did an internship, like, for ISU through Monocle's as, like, the management team. And I just stuck around there. So I just had my 20-year anniversary with Monocle's.
Wow, that's a long time to be with one company.
Yeah, it is.
Most people are not quite that dedicated. So, but that's awesome.
Especially when you work on your feet 6 days a week, you know, after training.
Yeah, usually 2 or 3 doubles a week, but
Really?
Not here.
Yeah, I don't know how you do it.
Yeah, you millennials.
I swim for 2 hours and it's over.
Yeah.
That was it for the week.
He's
good to
like,
go.
yeah, now I need a 12-hour nap.
Yeah.
Not sleep, because when I'm done with that nap, I'm going to eat something and then I'm going to go to bed.
It works.
It's not an effective form of training there, brother. I'm sorry.
I'm getting back to it. So.
Okay.
I've been out for 2 years.
He took a little bit of a hiatus, if you will.
wow.
We'll call it that.
I swam in the ocean today trying to find the sandbar, and I thought I was going to die. So, you know what? I can't swim.
Did you find the
So-
sandbar?
Well, I did. After I swam back, and then I was like,
We swam more than halfway and then swam back because we didn't think it existed. And then we decided it exists and we went for it. So we did more than
it
the
was
work
probably
we
one of
needed
the
to do.
scariest things I've ever done. Swimming in open water that I can't touch the ground, it was very frightening.
Yeah,
so,
dude, I make it 20 feet and I'm like, nope.
So
That-
you
we're out.
swimming? I give it to you. I can't do that.
Nope.
But you did.
Well, yes.
See, I'm fat. I float. I'm good with it.
Well, I mean, I'm
You-
140.
you-
You would think I'd be floating right now too.
No, but you're not fat though.
You're pretty dense.
You're just basically draining off every drop of water you can possibly manage, and you're like, fuck it. Like you're almost at like a lobotomy stage at that point.
Yeah.
Like take the cap off like Hannibal,
Oh god.
remove that motherfucker, set it in here, put the cap back on. I'll make a weigh in now.
That would save me a couple pounds.
It did help you a little bit, but I don't know. So once you reach the top of the middleweight class, are you going to stop with the weight cuts, or do you still want to keep continuing, down that path?
Well, we haven't quite, talked about that. I would like to, eventually be done with the lightweights because I really hate cutting.
Mhm.
I like being a lightweight pro. I really do. I don't know. I enjoy pro competitions more than just amateur competitions. Like they're more fun. Not always, but it's like you're always with the same group of people, or like
It's stacked, too. I mean,
so. I don't know.
I really think you have more options as a lightweight pro because you can compete as a pro there,
Right.
and if you want to compete as an amateur, you can just move up.
Yeah.
Right. Yes.
You can go like middleweight,
Versus like heavyweight pros, like that's
They're
it.
stuck.
I know they can't do
Yeah.
anything else.
The only thing some of them can do is if they're a light heavyweight pro, is cut to middleweight and do a shut. But
Yeah.
even then, it doesn't work out for them.
Yeah.
So once they're pretty
Right.
much a heavyweight pro, they're too strong for any middleweight amateur show anyway. There's no point in them competing.
Yeah.
So they're down to
Right.
2 shows a year,
Yeah.
if they're lucky.
Well, I'm about to be a master's, so
Are you
I'm
going to go
about
that
to be.
route?
no, you got 4 years. So,
yeah, I've got a little while.
Yeah, that's a long time.
yeah. A
Well,
lot can
you
happen in
just
4
got
years in
married
strength
and-
sport.
Yeah, like we should have a middleweight pro card for you way before that. Maybe even a heavyweight pro card. Really?
Which would
We're talking about
straighten things
it.
up a little.
I
Make it
mean-
easy on the weight gain.
Yeah. It would. And there is the mommy division. You wouldn't lose pro status or anything like that. So when is that? I mean, y'all just got married, so it's gonna be 8 months from now, or
Well, I mean, we're gonna go. We got this competition in August. We've already got our hotel booked and our plane booked, so we're committed. to
so that could be more conception time than anything, really. That could be. Well,
So, it could
what
be
else we got to
September.
look at?
So,
Yeah.
so. I mean, it's something. We're just kind of trying to figure things out. Like, I have an 18-year-old at home.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
So
Starting over.
do we want to
Yeah.
start over with a baby?
right.
Is
Clayton, do you have any kids?
I do not. So that would be number 1 for me.
Yeah.
Kristen Rhodes did say that every time she had a baby, she got stronger. Like noticeably.
so I'm gonna have 5.
So
You guys just knock them out right
middle
now.
pro could be
Be just 2 babies away. That's all you need. Because you get the line now, you'll just carry more weight anyway. You'll be like, well, fuck lightweight altogether because that's insanity.
the Rhodes method of progression. You just keep popping them out, getting stronger, keep winning them shows.
Yeah. Just have a kid after every America's Strongest Woman and you'll be totally fine. Yeah, I'm sure that'll work out great.
Rest 9 months, train 3 months, repeat.
Rest 9, train 3, repeat. Yeah, that sounds completely legitimate. Sounds like a great idea. So, with the training and stuff that you're doing, how much time are you able to put into other people's training? Not just yours. Because I know you put in your gym time, but you train others too. The Hammer she has a pretty big social media presence.
She does.
She's kind of a big deal.
I know.
She may be, dare I say it, a bigger deal than Jessica Kite.
No, she is. And you know what? Someone today actually walked right past me and I waved and they didn't even wave to me, and then they saw Cathy and then they're like, oh, I recognize Cathy, and I was like, thanks.
Yeah.
So,
Well, to be fair, you walked past me 3 times.
did I?
Yeah, before I walked out to you, I was like, hey.
Oh,
Hey.
well, there were a lot of people there.
Yeah, blame it on a lot of people.
It was the
For
weight
fact
cut.
you don't
Yeah.
remember the beach. She was sweating on the beach. That's what got her. That's what it was.
It's
Yeah.
PTSD.
Fuck, there's Dave. I don't see him. If I close my eyes, he can't see me. That's what it is.
And he won't ask me to go to a show.
I'm always going to ask you to go to the show. Speaking of that, another fun story. I tried a different tactic this last time before Mammoth. And I saw both you guys. I came and I said hi. Everything was great. We hugged, hung out for a little while, and then I walked away. A few minutes later, well, a couple hours later, she comes to me. She says, "What the fuck's wrong with you?" It's like, "What do you mean? You haven't asked me to come to your show yet." Because normally I bug the fuck out of you to come to my shows. And I just stopped doing it. And it was almost like, you know, when you got a guy who's in the friend zone in high school and he asks you out every single day. You're like, no. And then he stops. Well, what the fuck is this? Why are you not doing this anymore? I believe they have it on Family Matters several times. I think that's the way it went down.
Great show.
And I was treated very much like Urkel. Wasn't appreciative
and so
of
he
it.
came back as Stefan.
Motherfucking Stefan.
Stefan. Oh my.
And then,
Stefan, did it work?
and then not only did she show up to the show, she brought her wife with her. And it was great. It was awesome. And I loved it. I loved having you guys there because the other part of that was it's not just the show. You know, afterwards, we were at the hotel drinking copious amounts of bourbon, thanks to our own Jamie Kane, Mary's husband.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we get to the hotel, and we're all down there hanging out. A bunch of competitors are down there. Not Mary, because she don't do that. 8:30, and that's it.
I think
she's asleep. Yeah, she's committed. The rest of us suck. And we're down there, and then we see Clayton walk in, and I see Jessica walk in. And I'm like, this is probably the greatest thing ever. Because even with the fucking terrible injury, you could have just like hung your head, been pissed off, and been like, fuck, we're going home. No, they came out, and they drank, and had a great time. And that was a fun night. And that, to me, is really what Strongman's all about. It's those times. Contests are fun. Yeah, cool. Somebody got a big weight, PR. I get a little tingle in my neck. It's great. Moving on. It's the dinners. It's the talking. It's the camaraderie that happens after everything's over. We met some people this weekend that were just floored by what Strongman could be because this is their first contest they've ever seen.
Yeah.
And we've taken them kind of under our wing. Oh, wait. It's Angel's first contest ever.
Yes.
Oh, congratulations.
She's gonna be super spoiled from now on.
Completely blew my mind.
Well,
Unless it's the Arnold or something.
yeah.
Most of the amateur shows. What's up?
I don't know about that. Maybe. We'll see.
So she's ready to get started.
I've been working on it.
Amateur
He
class.
has. He has.
I know some good ladies that might be motivational for you. Her name rhymes with Jessica Kite.
She is quite the motivation. Honestly, I'm so impressed.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Because it doesn't matter where you come from. It just matters where you are.
It really doesn't. You know, I have no athletic background. Like, I never played a sport in high school. Like, never. Like, my family's too poor to put me in sports, so like, I didn't get to do anything. And
Turns out genetics and drive goes a long
like,
way
the
in deciding what
first
you
time
can
I
accomplish.
like walked into Drew's gym and I threw a wall ball, like they were appalled at like how zero like I have no athleticism. Like, and I walked in, you know, kind of looking muscular because I'd already been hitting the gym, you know, like trying to lose weight. So they thought that I was just this athlete coming in, and then they saw me throw a wall ball. They're like, "Oh my gosh!"
They knew they were wrong.
It's crazy that you go from not being able to throw a wall ball to taking a stone and throwing it over top of a trailer at nationals, and then hurdling this trailer to go get it because it fell onto the other side and was rolling into other people's way to pick it up again, carry it back, load it back onto the trailer, hurdle the trailer again. Never went around it, never one time. Up and over.
You only got 60 seconds, Dave.
Yeah. Would have been quicker because she was at the end of the trailer to just walk around it. But no, up and over.
I was trying to catch it.
Yeah.
Like, there's a picture of me, like, my fingertip is on it. Like,
Yeah.
could have caught it if I walked around.
And the briefing to everybody was, hey, guys, we'll try to help you out. But if it goes, it's going.
No.
Make sure you control the stone.
Live.
She just tosses it, just sails
They didn't say,
right over the top.
we will make sure the stone does not go over the trailer into the competitor across from you's lane because that's dangerous.
Yeah.
That's actually what they said.
And you threw it too hard. They couldn't catch it. You're too strong. You're too strong.
That's the story, and we're sticking with it, folks.
Yep, that's the one. And this was before she knew me, so this is good. I still knew who she was, but yeah, before she knew me.
I did get lots of props for that. Like, man, you're the girl that threw that stone over the trailer and jumped it. I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
that was me.
Yeah. Because this stone, it didn't even act like you wanted to touch the trailer. It just right over there. How it didn't break a floor, I have no idea.
Because it went to the other competitor's lane. Tracy.
It missed the mat altogether.
Did it?
It went straight to the floor.
Well, Tracy Stankovic or whatever her name is. I can never say her last name, but anyway, she's
Stankovic?
Yeah.
Tracy, yeah.
Yeah, Tracy.
Anyways, like she's like running along with her stone, and I'm like,
I think you might
Passing each other.
You
like
might have gotten your stone and beat her to it. I think maybe on that lane.
She did send me the video because I'm like, I want the video from your side.
Yeah.
Because my camera guy quit recording once the stone got put on the platform because they said that's when your timer stops.
Yeah, except for the part of.
Except for if you're Jessica Kite and we really don't want you to win. Oh, no, I'm just kidding.
But you win. So let's talk about the bourbon for a second. The bourbon has a very special place in my heart. And if we're going to be good or be good at it, being good does not mean don't drink. You can still drink. But we're going to be good at drinking bourbon. So we're going to keep this going as long as possible.
Yeah, I'm going to need practice. But I'm still practicing on this cup.
Yeah, you're still practicing that one. I'm just going to liven mine up a little bit.
Yeah, you practice more.
Mm-hmm.
You're a little rusty.
I'll work on it.
I wasn't going to say anything, but...
Oh, I'm rusty on my drinking of my bourbon. All right. I'll take it. That's a good shot in the dark. I appreciate that.
I've been trying to find something all day. You won the grip test.
I did beat.
Did you now?
I beat Juju on the fucking thing. Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
How did that go?
All right. So
Swimmingly.
yeah.
Missed that.
So Juju comes up to me, and it's just me, and we're a group of like 7 people. He comes up and he's like, "Hey, man, we're gonna be doing grip here in a minute when they do the intermission." I'm like, "All right, cool. I don't know this field." He's like, "Yeah, we'll do that there." And then I see him walk over, and he gets right in front of where Jessica and Clayton and the Hammer are all set up. And I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool."
Yeah, they really crashed our area.
Yeah, they destroyed your area and pushed
Like,
you
oh,
down.
they got a good
It's like,
spot. That's-
yeah. Oh, they got a good spot. Let's take this shit over.
We were bigger, but there was more of them, so.
Yeah. And at this time, I went over to see Eddie and Angel because Angel's not feeling good. So we got her over to the picnic table. She was feeling terrible. I can't say that she was hungover, but it's possible she was.
But
hungover. I'm going with like sun poisoning. Maybe she drank too much seawater. That's what I'm going with.
Seawater.
All possibilities, you know.
Yeah, especially seeing how she's 19. Yeah, it's a great idea. We're gonna keep going with the seawater and the sun. That's what I'm
Salt
going
will
with.
get you.
Yeah, that's salt. It's that dehydration.
Well, it was the motion sickness of the ocean that really got me. Like every time I stepped into the ocean and it just moved me a little, I was like, I need to go now.
Well, yeah, that can fuck you. That'll get you. So I'm sitting over there with her while Eddie goes to get food. He's gone, which seems like 6 hours. Probably taking a nap somewhere. And I look over and I see the crowd that is gathered up around where Juju is. And I walk up there and I see Bill Weiss, who's an official for Arlington, USA with Oldhagen. And they've got a Rolling Thunder set up. And they got everything else. And normally in that kind of situation, I just kind of stand back and, if somebody asks me to come in, I'll, squeeze in. And I said, nah, fuck it. I'm going to be Dave. I just grabbed him by the shoulders. I said, move out the way. And I walked right in. And
That's how you got to do it.
They were, lifting this up. And all these guys were trying on the Rolling Thunder and failing miserably. I was like, oh. Speaking of which, I'm going to need you to pay double for the next show because we made that bet and then you failed.
Hey, we didn't make the bet till after.
Yeah, it was retroactive.
It's going to apply.
2 weekends ago, she did 200 farmers for 100 feet on the fat handles, no problem.
That's awesome. Too bad
And
the
then
Rolling Thunder was at like 170.
So much transfer.
It was 105, I think. I don't even know what it was.
Well, let's see. We had 145 and 325s on there. So 75, 45. I think it was like 125. It was not a lot of weight.
No.
So then we loaded up to 170. And then we started doing this for time. And Juju held it, and he got it for like 21 seconds. This other guy comes up, and he held it for like 22, 23 seconds. I was like, oh, guys, that's really cute. That's adorable. So I pick it up, and they're doing their camera shots, and they make sure that I turn the right way. And then I just pick it up and hold it. And when they got to 30, I was just like, fuck it, and let go. Because I just wanted to win and move on with my life. Then I look over, and I see the Angel's gone. Eddie's gone. I get a text. Oh, yeah, they went back to the hotel. I'm here by myself now. Sweet, that's awesome. But doing a little bit of grip work is always fun.
But you're a winner.
But I was a winner. That's all that matters. They didn't get to see it. You know about it now. Hey, I won the grip thing.
I would have loved to hop in that, you know.
No, I asked you if you wanted to hop in
Well,
that. You were like, no.
I had to take care of somebody.
Sorry,
No,
I'm dying, guys.
no, Mother Bear. Your excuse was, man, my grip is shit.
I feel your pain.
How come he gets to be the good wife? That's bullshit.
Good wife.
The good ones are all taken.
That's fair.
I guess. I go do my
Hey,
wife duties.
You could be the shitty wife. You're at least the good. You're like the standard.
Good at what I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like almost Stepford quality.
Oh god.
So now, what is your day to day? What gets you through? What's a normal day in Jessica's life?
A normal day would be training, working, napping, working, sleeping. Oh, and then there's food.
And then there's food.
That's a pretty normal.
Successful.
Yeah.
She's not napping for 12 hours.
No, sometimes it's only 20 minutes. But it's a really good 20 minutes.
That's good. How do you actually get to sleep for the whole 20?
It only takes me usually about 30 seconds to fall asleep.
You just have to sit still for that long and you're just out?
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm
That's a
not
wicked
busy.
good
I'm
talent.
not busy, and I'm not like tired all the time. I probably have sleep apnea as well, but
She doesn't get enough sleep.
Do you snore?
yes, I think so.
Well, does she snore? I mean,
you're
the one that asked, unless you're going to sleep at 25
I sleep like
seconds.
a log.
He
so-
can't even wake up through his alarm.
No, when she says we get up and train in the morning, she gets me up so we can like go to the gym, and it takes me like half an hour to get moving and a half an hour to get warmed up.
I shower,
She's
do my
just
hair,
rolling.
and everything, and then he's still in bed.
Has the sleep always been that way? Or is it just, since the metamorphosis change that you went through?
No, it's kind of always been that way.
So have you
Like,
tried
I
to do
used-
sleep study?
No, I haven't actually. Like whenever I was heavy set, and throughout my whole childhood, I snored really bad, and my dad snores, you could hear him 2 houses down. My dad snores real loud, and now he sleeps with a CPAP. My
Well-
dad's not a big heavyweight
No,
guy.
no.
From my experience,
The trap
everybody that I
sound
know that gets a CPAP is so thankful that they
That's better.
did, because they wake up just so much more refreshed. Life
Yeah.
is just better, and your recovery gets better. Because I know you tear your body down a lot. You're
Yeah.
always training, always lifting up heavy shit. That recovery's got to be there. So try a sleep study.
Yeah,
You've been with one company for 20 years. Surely to God you have insurance.
I do. Yeah.
If you don't, then we really need to talk about life questions. Maybe a life coach. I could sign you up for my program to get you in on that. But maybe try the sleep study.
Yeah.
See what happens. If you're able to fall asleep that quickly, then
We could
sleep
get
study
matching
would be easy.
CPAPs. Would that be a cute newlywed trick?
That would be
I
really
want
nice.
to get up the-
I know I'm going to need one, but I always kind of put it off my mind because I know she's not going to want to deal with it. But if you get one,
Then
Yeah.
it opens the door.
Yep.
See, yeah.
I get one. My wife can get one.
Yeah.
we're making all kinds of gains.
You don't get the good toys until she gets to try them first.
Right.
But no, I think I almost think that everybody needs to see that. Anybody who
A
does
serious lifter.
fitness and trying to put on muscle mass,
Yeah.
because your neck's just going to get bigger. It's going to grow, and it's going to be hard for you to breathe.
When I was getting ready for your contest and I was hanging around 240 and the extra 10, 15, 20 pounds, man, you feel it.
Yeah, you notice it, and then when you wake up in the morning, you're a little bit groggy. You're slacking off, and a lot of people just wake up, jump in the car, and go, and they're still super tired.
Yeah.
A lot of accidents happen. I mean, that can be life changing. It can be either accident prevention or just making your body stronger.
Right.
And you're trying to make a little kite sometime, so we got to make sure that they're okay by you being able to recover better.
Right.
And then 9 months off and 3 months back on, you've got to be able to
It's the perfect training program.
got to get that
Never
muscle
get
back
injured.
on quick. Yeah. That's the way injuries work. So yeah, you can work quads only or calves only while pregnant, and then that's it. That's all you get. And you can't even use a leg press. I think you can do curls.
She can't
and
do
squat.
calves. Her calves blow up. when she was training under Chad Coy, and he had her doing like, you know, calves like for a little thing one time a week, and Chad was like, your calves are disgusting. Like, I want calves like yours. He's like, I'm training calves every day. I can't get calves like that. Chad's like 260 pounds. He's ready for Masters Worlds, and his calves are smaller than Jessica's.
That's awesome.
No, when I first started training, I was like asking some of my lifting buddies, I'm like, how do I make my calves smaller? And he's like, what? Like, who on earth wants smaller calves? I was like, I do.
You trying to get into some skinny jeans, or?
Well, I mean, I was like, you know, a long, long time ago, I guess. They're just really big.
Just no
I
skinny
also
jeans
wanted
for you.
smaller
It's okay
traps,
because
too.
there's no skinny jeans in Strongman. Because
Yeah.
who's that 150 guy, Baldwin?
Brad.
I told him at a contest. I said, dude, we don't do skinny jeans here. What the fuck is this shit? And he's like, he does modeling or whatever, and he's always trying to be fashionable. I'm like, this is not the place for that. We don't do skinny jeans. Next year, he came back in sweats. I was like, it's way better.
Yeah.
I'm wearing that bullshit. That shit's gay. Sorry. We don't do that. We ain't got time for skinny jeans. I don't care that you cut. And he had a terrible weight cut, too.
He always does.
Yeah.
He walked at 180.
I think we were
cut
dying
to 150.
together. That Nationals in Iowa. Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure him and I were dying together.
Yeah,
Except for
terrible.
he made
weight
weight
cuts.
before I did.
Yeah, I think he went and like shaved hair or something. He did something weird.
You know, he had eyebrows.
He might not. I don't know. But yeah, skinny jeans, terrible idea. Not for anybody in strong people. It's just a terrible idea. Hate it.
I agree. I hate skinny jeans. I hate jeans, period.
Jeans do suck. They do.
Yeah.
Like, you might think that I'm wearing jeans today. No, these are stretchy.
The bigger and stronger
Oh
you
yeah,
get, the
yeah.
more you
Everything
think
about
about
Jeggings.
dress
Jeggings
sweatpants.
are my best friend.
Yeah.
These-
I
Yeah.
cannot get into regular.
The nicest sweatpants you can
Also-
find
yeah.
to wear in
Also
a
stretchy.
social situation.
Yeah.
That's
That's
the way to
life.
go. Yeah. Anything that has extra elastic in it, I'm
Ooh.
all over it. Elastic is your friend. Yeah. It really is.
Got a disruption on the way. We got somebody without a drink here.
Thank you.
Oh, so we're gonna. Did you flag it?
Flagged it. It's all good.
Okay, good. As long as you flag that message, so we can cut all this bullshit out right now.
Hey man, we're having fun. That's all.
This is true. We are having a good time.
How hard is it for you to sit there and not like, you're like kind of a mute sometimes, and I feel like you just really have some good things to say.
There's been times where I wanted to chime in, but I'm not sure if I was allowed. But like I'm a quiet person. Like I just like to listen a lot.
Until she gets high.
Everybody's got a trigger.
And then we're sitting on the back balcony, and I'm like, will you bring it fucking down a little bit?
And
Okay.
she's talking at like a level 2, and he's paranoid.
He was like,
paranoid. I'm just
I
not
like said
trying to
one
get
thing.
arrested.
He's like, we have to be quiet. I'm like, no, we're just talking.
I
in
would
regular
never do
talk.
such a thing. So now the next part that we need to get into, how did this happen?
Well,
It all started one day when I was axle pressing.
So not in a weight cut, because if you met her in a weight cut, it would have been bad.
No, I was actually heavy, and I was competing. I was getting ready for this competition where I was competing with the boys.
Uh-huh.
So I was going to compete with the lightweight men. And I think their axle was 170.
yeah.
I think it was a 170 axle clean and press for reps. And like I had never hit above like 160. And I was like back in Drew's gym when like the back area was like a hot mess. There's like I
The
cleared out
strongman
like
area.
I cleared out like 2 feet of space for me to press when there's like all this other space in another room. But like anyways, I went for this axle PR and I failed it. And then I'm like, you know, God damn it, Kite, we're gonna fucking do this. So I get all hyped up, you know, and it was like the ugliest press ever, you know, like I had to work for it, you know. And I'm like, oh my God. And I like look around and there's like no one around that witnessed this because I'm like in this back corner by myself. And then I look over and there's Clayton like standing in the corner and I was
Like a creep.
This
he was new to
this
the
I
gym.
know,
Like, he
yeah.
had just
I had
moved to the
just-
area. Like
Came into the gym, see what it was about, walked in the back room, heard some hooting and hollering, and I look over and what was like, what, 160 or something?
it was, yeah, I think it was a little over 160.
You know, and
but
she's
yeah.
not weighing that. And I was like, all right, well.
I was like, did you see that?
I guess I can get stronger
It
here.
was a bonding moment.
The women press over their body weight over their head.
So did you go instantly to, I'm going to try to put a baby in that. That's my number one goal in life now. She's going to carry me, and I'm going to put a baby in it.
It's going to finally make up for my lousy pressing.
If she can press more than me, if we do a team event, hey, we're good, right? So how did that process go? So you met awkwardly.
Yeah.
Yep.
He was a creep.
And then we became really good friends and like training partners.
Yeah,
So-
you had a key to the gym or whatever, and you know there was
He
classes
didn't.
being run at this gym, right? So we needed
Yes.
people to train at non-class times. So we started training together with some other people. You know, like the more serious lifters, you know, at the gym, and became
Right.
friends.
I started training for my first Arnold in 2016. So he kind of like started, I didn't have a coach or anything at the time, like writing my program. So I was like doing my own thing. So, and he was unemployed at the time because he was working on getting a certificate. So he was just doing like.
Yeah, I was in like self-study stuff. So I mean, I was
He had
lounging, studying, training like that was.
he had an open schedule.
So let me
for
just
the
get this
most
straight.
part.
He was a creep. He wanted a key to the gym. Had no job.
Yeah, you got it.
No, the key factor. What do all girls want?
All those things.
The guy that has a girlfriend.
Did you have a
I
girlfriend
did
too?
have a girlfriend.
Wow.
We were just friends, Dave.
That's the trifecta of douchebaggery.
Yeah.
That is, man.
Yep.
You really. The only thing worse might have been is you guys met as pen pals and you were in prison. Might be the only other thing I would go with. But then she would have to be a nurse to do that, and then, well, that's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
Because they're a bunch of degenerates. It's all right. They play spades and date felons. That's what they do, according to the government.
And we would, you know, do our training together. And at the time, you didn't have a coach, so, and
We just bounce ideas off of
that's
each
what.
other.
Yeah, I mean, we were just trying to get stronger, you know. And I was doing like little local powerlifting meets and stuff, but you know, you still need somebody to like, you know, give you a spot and things like that. So, it just kind of progressed over time, I guess, to where, you know, at some point you spend enough time. You know, they say you spend more time with the people you work with, you know, than your spouse at home. It's like the people you spend your time with and talking to, you know, that's where like now, you know, Strongman's about the relationships you make. So
It's all about the people.
just kind of, you know,
That's really what it is. So
things things didn't work out with, you know, my ex, and I don't know, we were friends and we kind of took it from there. So
and now here you are.
Yeah, he called me. He's like, I broke up with Amy, and I was like, what? You did what? He's like, I broke up with Amy. I said, so do you want to take me on a date Saturday night? And he said, sure.
So she was the aggressor in the situation.
that's what she says.
You went total Sadie Hawkins on her. Wow.
What else am I gonna do Saturday?
He likes to eat.
There's a joke in there somewhere. There's something funny to be said about that comment. I'm not sure what it is at this moment, but it's in there for sure. Well, I guess that's where ATP comes into play. Always think positive. There's always a silver lining to it. You get a creep in a corner, checking you out.
Okay, yeah, there's 5 minutes left. There's a recording maximum, so. we might
Really,
just-
for individuals?
Yeah.
Okay, so we just have to do a second episode in order to make the 7, and then we can bleep it all together.
Super easy fix right there.
Yeah, just keep recording.
Glad I got you right now.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
We'll just keep it going. We'll keep
Answers
it
the
going.
problems we didn't know we had. And
No wonder I don't get paid for this.
Exactly why, because you know what?
There's 3 buttons and I can't work it. So.
Jamie would have figured that shit out.
Well, he's not here, so.
Yeah, I'm just saying. You're using a phone app on a computer. It shouldn't be that goddamn hard.
you would hope, but
Someday you'll be a good wife.
I was gonna say that's why you're.
You want to train a wife and train her? You want
I wish I had words of advice, but
Do you see what happened when we became training partners? Sorry, but he's occupied. He will not be training anyone else.
That's so
That's
inconvenient.
There's some inside jokes I could share with the group right now that I'm going to hold on to.
We are definitely going to hold on to that.
Okay, Pegger, I'm going to hold on to it.
Peggy, damn it.
Peggy. That's what makes it all fun. So now let's talk, because we did speak on bourbon for just a moment, and how you were trying to be a better bourbon drinker. You're trying to be a better bourbon.
Yeah, I'm gonna try another day. I'm good. I just choked that down so I wouldn't have to drink anymore.
You gotta sip it.
See, that was your problem. You should have
gotta
left
sip.
that there.
I'm just doing that so you can sip. That's
Okay,
why. That's
all
the whole
right.
point.
Fair enough.
So Clayton, you don't drink.
I don't.
Have you ever?
No, I've tasted whiskey. I thought it tasted pretty good, but then I spit it out because you gotta keep your street cred when you're 16 or whatever it is when you're
I've never heard this.
in your friend's mom's kitchen. They're like, "Oh, come on, just try it." And you're like, "Oh, I don't want to try it." "Oh, come on." And I was like, "Guys, I don't drink."
Because he's 16.
Yeah.
That's when I was gaining street cred. I was trying, yeah.
And the older sister that supplied the booze.
Yeah.
So you took the shot, and you held on to it, and spit it out?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's harder than drinking it.
I was afraid I was gonna like it. I was like, I think I did. My dad was a whiskey man.
That's exactly
My
what
dad
she
also
said.
had multiple marriages. Yeah.
I was afraid I was going to like it. Just the tip. Just the tip.
Yeah. You always win that game, by the way.
You do.
It's a great
You
game.
always win that game. So was that the last time you tried whiskey?
Yeah, I think so. So
So you haven't even tasted eyedropper?
No. No, alcoholism runs pretty bad in my like all the men in my family.
Mm-hmm.
So it just kind of seemed like one of those things where I really wanted to get involved in it, and then I eventually started like training, and I mean I take my training pretty seriously, so it was just never really something I wanted to get into.
It's actually super noble, really.
People always say that. I'm like, no, it's just like
It's a fucking
because
choice. It's not
it's
noble.
it's
because if that's noble, then fucking vegans are noble, and they're not.
Yeah.
They're shit.
Not true.
What this is-
He was given a warning and avoided it and took a lighter path. I was given warnings and said I'm going to do that bad shit. And
That's exactly what you did.
And I don't think that everyone, what your parents do doesn't define what you have to do, obviously, but it was just kind of one of those things where it never served my purposes. So, I mean, booze ain't cheap, so.
True. That's true. I mean,
When you're like in high school, I mean, that's stuff you think about. You're like, I don't want to spend money on that.
Clearly.
I can eat cheeseburgers or I can drink, but you're not going to do both.
I'll be
very
damned.
good point.
Oh, wait a minute now.
I do love
There's a
cheeseburgers.
bargaining that goes on when you're that age.
Yeah, cheeseburgers and
I mean, this
whiskey
is
are
okay,
a really good
but-
combination. I'm
Right.
just saying, they go together well. But clearly, I respect your choice and what you do, because when you walked in, you had a nice glass of ice water and a Coke waiting for you. And Jessica had none of that. She had some bourbon. Because, by God, we're going to have some bourbon.
We have 30 seconds left. So
All right, so cut it off now.
we're going to go ahead and do that. And episode 2, we are live.
All right, so as we're continuing here with Jessica Kite, the name everybody knows you by as a pro is Jessica Kite.
Yeah.
Let me caveat that to Jessica Badass Kite. It's printed on shirts. There's memorabilia. There's a lot of merch out there. I think I may or may not have one or two of those in my house.
Her lifting belt.
Her lifting belt says Badass Kite. It's right there on it. It's kind of a big deal. Now, the financial side of it is one thing, but there's the family side of the other. Word on the street is Clayton didn't agree to taking your name.
That is-
So you're
That's
taking
true.
his.
yeah. I won.
How
I
is-
did not win that battle.
How is that going to change Strongman for you?
Well, I think that it should be, the same. But my new last name is going to be Puricelli, which is actually pronounced Puricelli.
For Chelly.
You pronounce it however you want, babe.
Thank you.
How do you pronounce it, Clayton?
I just usually say Puricelli.
Puricelli. Okay.
Yeah.
I fuck it up and just go with first names, and then I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm safe.
Right.
Unless it's easy like Kite, and then I'm good.
Yeah, see, I go from this nice, simple,
4 letters. It's
I
really
know,
easy.
No one
very
pronounces
easy to
Puricelli right.
say,
Yeah.
easy to spell, to a really long last name that nobody can say. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna be Jessica Badass.
Just Jessica Bag.
I don't know.
It's already there. You're basically just dropping off the the formal part of the name.
Yeah.
So I mean, that
Like
could
his
work.
sister was like, "Oh no, you have the best last name ever now." I'm like, "Well, I kind of like
My sister
name.
was Jessica Puricelli before she got married here the other year.
So now I'm changing over her name,
Yeah.
which is why she thinks it's so awesome.
Yeah, she's salty.
But
Is that because now she can take out credit cards in your name? I mean,
Yeah.
can she help out her credit by using yours, or what's the plan there?
yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on that one.
Yeah, you might want to look at it.
Keep checking my FICO score.
For
But
sure.
yeah,
for sure.
no, I did consider that how that's like and when I coached, like I was always Coach Kite.
Mm-hmm.
Like no one ever called me by my first name at all, so it's gonna be a change.
It's probably still going to be a nickname.
Kite, yeah.
You know, at least
But I
especially
did
fellow
get my very
competitors
first
who don't think about it.
tattoo like last week, which was a kite,
Mhm.
so that now I can kind of keep it with me.
Yeah, I mean, it's always a part of who you are anyway.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
a name is just a name,
Yeah,
but it means something within marriage. So
yeah. So yeah, I'll be the new Jessica Puricelli.
let's talk about something super fun here.
Okay.
What was your guys' first big fight, and how did it go?
Oh my god, I don't even remember.
I bet it was during a weight cut.
I just don't tell your girlfriend that's cutting over 10% of her body weight in water in 24 hours about how you're hungry because you haven't eaten in 5 hours because you went on a flight. That never ends well.
No, it doesn't.
I always
Wow.
make this mistake, Dave.
Wow.
I eat about every 3 hours, so when it comes
Oh my
around
God,
5-6
I'm
hours,
so hungry.
I've been hungry for 2 hours.
Oh, yeah.
So
Instant trigger.
where's the stab wound?
Right here in his left bicep,
She's-
Dave.
Now I know. She'd been cutting you from the inside.
I
That
rely on
wasn't
how
my fault.
slow she is dehydrated to get away.
It wasn't my fault. She cut you because you talked about food during a weight cut.
Yeah.
Now I know what really happened to that bicep. Yeah. And if you know what's good for you, you won't do that shit again.
Yeah, I'm learning.
There could be a hamstring tear in there for you guys too.
The best advice I've gotten so far about marriage is like, just don't answer. Just don't talk back. Just let them go and they kind of burn themselves out a little bit. And seems like it works all right. Sometimes we get up for the gym in the morning and she's just, whew, it's just, nothing's where it needs to be. We're running behind. Pre-workout's a little strong. I don't know. I'm just like, you know what? Let's get a couple sets of squats under us and then we can talk about this. You burn off a little energy.
So after squats, you calm down and you're okay. That's what I'm hearing.
Usually once I get to the gym, Cathy's our peacekeeper.
She's the piece.
You can't get mad around Cathy. The hammer is, she's where it's at.
She really is.
That's awesome.
Cathy, can you believe he didn't even put the cap on the toothpaste? She'll be like,
That shit doesn't matter, Jessica. Oh, yeah.
Hey, ATP.
I can't tell her that.
Come from somebody else, it's different.
So all your messages, you just need to run them through Cathy.
Just get around her and let her.
That should work out
yeah,
well. for
Cathy,
you.
she didn't want to come this weekend because, well, she wanted to come, but her daughter also lives in Florida and she has to do some stuff with her. That's why they're not going to be here tomorrow. But yeah.
So they come for the slowest, most boring day that we have, for the longest amount of time, and not here for the finals.
Yeah, it's sad.
That makes me very sad.
I know.
Because
It
the
makes
hammer
Cathy-
needs to be here.
I know, it makes her sad too.
Because there's no telling when they're going to do this in the States
I
again.
know.
I know.
Yeah.
Might end up in
We're all
Botswana
well
again.
aware.
We have to take a lot of videos, we've been told.
So, but
You have to get a good
You know,
spot to be able to take
yeah.
videos. The crowd today
family
was
comes
amazing.
first. So, she wants to be there for her daughter.
Yeah.
So I respect that, but
So how long have you been training the hammer?
oh, I've been training with Hammer since probably at least 2015.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
how old
the
is she?
gym.
She just turned 72. She just had her 72nd birthday.
Yeah.
June 6th. Yep. 6/6. She turned 72. She's got 2 fake knees, 2 titanium knees.
Bad shoulder. I mean,
Yeah,
she's,
she's got an impinged shoulder. She just kills it, man.
yeah.
And she's doing more work in the gym than my 20-year-old nephew who does shit and lay around on his ass.
Oh, it still looks this good. I don't know how
I
I'm
don't
doing
know. Cathy might look better than you do. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Yeah, Cathy is.
It definitely makes it hard to make excuses for yourself when Cathy's pushing it. And she doesn't have a reason. She's not getting ready for anything. She wants to do it.
Yeah. Like Cathy just started going back to college. Because like she went to college, like previously, but she never graduated. So she wants to finish and get her degree. So she's going to college. She just finished. Like Thursday was her last college. Like she took a summer class, and Thursday was the last day. So like you can't make excuses around Cathy. Like she got out of bed. She made it to the gym.
You can try, but they don't count.
She's retired. She's not gonna work. Like she just wants to do it because that's what she wants to do.
Yep.
Like Cathy's a go-getter. She really is.
So you millennials, maybe take a note, write some shit down.
Here we go. Good for nothing.
I didn't say you're good for nothing. Just be better at what you're doing. Be good or be good at it.
I could ruin this podcast.
I'm sure that's a possibility.
If I can find the button.
It's one of those three.
Those three
I'll
buttons.
narrow
Those
it
three
down. I
buttons.
believe you.
I'm sweating this.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough, but it's gonna be really tough. On
I'm
the
also
phone app.
sweating. I thought maybe it was the bourbon.
No, it's hot in here.
Okay.
In this corner especially.
Yeah.
We do have the fan on, so it's helping a little bit.
Yeah.
However, the acoustics in the living room were not adequate enough.
Oh,
In here, they're a
yes.
little bit better.
Really?
So,
Yeah.
for the next podcast I got to do, I don't think I'll have that amount of time to be able to study it. I'll just have to show up and be like, all right, percent up. Which I think I have that text.
Mic check. Mic.
Yeah, we got this stuff like set up an hour before you guys got here, maybe.
Right about 8:30 when I was supposed to be here.
Yeah.
Well, she was here at 8:30 Central Time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She forgot to give us that different clock because they're in Illinois, so they work off God's time. Because I live in Central Time as well, just super close to that line. You drive 20 miles and you're in Eastern Time.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of shitty.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, but
Yeah, I would hate that.
Yeah, like they call their parents and they're an hour ahead,
Yeah.
and it's an hour down the road.
Yeah. We
So
drive
I was home. Sleeping.
halfway there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Halfway there.
Yeah, it makes things really fun. So let's talk about this other thing that you like to do. Arrive at shows super late at night, tell everybody, hey guys, by the way, we're here, and then you slam your phone down and in the off position so damn fast, nobody can be like, oh hey, you're here, do you want to do dinner, do you want to hang out?
It's because I fall asleep in 30 seconds.
We got to
She
work
really
on that.
does.
I'm gonna need you to take at least 6 minutes to wait for somebody to respond to your shit, because I get excited. I'm like, oh cool, Jessica Kite's here. This could be great. I get to see Clayton. Oh, the Hammer came with her. That's gonna be great. Let's see what they're doing for dinner. Ghosted.
If it's quiet in the car,
She's
I'll
out.
turn away for 30 seconds and look back.
Is that while she's
So
driving?
I do
Gone,
snore.
yeah. No, no, I'm the wheelman.
Guess that answers that question.
Yeah. Because if she's driving, then that can be
We
a
got
problem.
cruise control, Dave. That's all you need.
Yeah. Well, I will tell you, we drove down here in a very nice Audi A8 that somehow my broke ass jobless nephew has. I'm not sure how the fuck this happened. He's got a way nicer car than me. Yeah, he's got a way nicer car than I've ever had in my life. Sad. But it has this feature, this auto cruise control,
No, yeah.
where it senses the car in front of you, and it slows down. And when that car is no longer in front of you, it speeds back up. This is the greatest thing in the world, because the first thing you can do to piss me off on the road is not drive consistently. If you do 72 to 75, I want to murder you. I want your life to end immediately in a fiery crash. But if you do 72, I'm good. If you do 65, I'm good.
You know what to expect. You can just pass them if you don't like it.
Don't fucking go faster and slower. I want to kill people. And I've thought about it a lot. You know, if I touch their bumper, will they spin out and will they see my license plate as I go by? I've been tempted many times, and I just don't want it to happen.
This is extremely concerning because my car is doing this thing, and I've taken it to like 4 different mechanics, and they can't figure out what's wrong with it. So like I'll be driving down 65 for like an hour, right, going like 75-ish, and then it'll just suddenly like it'll go up to like 3 RPMs, and then it'll start losing speed. So like I'll just gradually get slower and I can't accelerate at all. And I have to like go to the next exit. So like just gradually getting slower. And then you want to like clip my bumper and send me into the wall because my car is shit. Concerning.
Well, it's not the first slowdown that gets me.
By this guy.
The first slowdown, I go, what the fuck are you doing? If we get past the next exit and I see you're exiting, I'm like, okay, they're out of my way, I'm good. But if you do that for fucking 17 miles, and you speed up, and you slow down, and you speed up, and you slow down, and you make it where I can't pass you, and you speed up, and you slow down, then we're talking bumper clipping.
Those people are doing it on purpose. They see you and they don't want you to pass them.
Yeah, bumper clipping. That's what needs to happen to them. Get them some J-turns. They'll think about that shit twice the next time. When they're laying upside down in a car in a ditch, you know, and it's on fire, they're going to go, maybe I should have done that.
Should have listened to Dave's podcast.
Fucking listen to Dave's podcast. I have good things on here for life. If you're on the freeway, use your fucking cruise control, set it at 1 speed, and just go that goddamn speed. Don't fucking do 80 and then 72.
My daughter actually doesn't even have cruise control in her car.
But there's a lot of people that I know that have
It's
cruise control
07.
and then don't use it.
And there's no cruise?
I
Is
had
it
cruising.
broken?
No.
No, it's in a video.
Oh,
That's what's wrong
It
with
doesn't
it.
have power windows. It doesn't have power locks.
It's a starter car.
Yeah, is that the first car she ever bought? Or
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And how much money did you put towards that car? Like 50
50%,
bucks?
50%.
So 50 bucks.
Yeah.
I said it right the first time. Yeah. Wow. That's good though. She'll appreciate those things when she gets them.
Yeah. She will.
This cruise control is the greatest thing
It's funny.
ever.
Yeah.
Could you lock that door when you get out?
Yeah. And the back one. Yeah. And can you roll the window?
Crank that window up a little too.
How does this work?
Wow, I drove a 9
Turn it?
Escort for so long and it was just the worst. Like I'd be at a stop sign and I would like have to like reach over and try to like crank up the window
Yep,
or something. It's awful.
She said, I just don't roll my windows down.
It's air conditioning for it.
She said,
She has air conditioning.
yes.
She's got one feature.
Step up in the world.
That's a plus.
I
Yeah.
know.
I drive several vehicles that have no air conditioning.
The 270 air. 2 windows at 70 miles an hour.
In the car, I got 470.
There
It's
you
an
go.
upgrade. Well, you could call it 5 because there is the sunroof that works, but the AC, no. In my truck, it was never installed.
Ooh.
It was a truck out of Washington State, so we just never had AC. They're like, we don't do that. Fuck you. Go get out of here. And then the bike doesn't have AC. If I unzip the sides of my jacket, I get some air, but otherwise, it's just sweaty abomination is what I'm rolling on.
Yeah.
But yeah, none of my vehicles really have air, which is weird because I hate sweating. I really hate it. And every time you see me, I'm extremely sweaty. Except for right now. This might be the only
I
time.
might be more sweaty than you right now.
It's possible.
I love when you sweat because you never sweat, so you get to feel my pain.
There is a joke in there somewhere. There's something in that line. We might need to go back and edit that out. But there's something funny there. I'll tell you
She'll
what.
do a full medley like with like 3 or 4 implements, and no, she won't be sweating.
I won't be breathing either.
I squat 3 reps in a warm up, and that's it.
He's laying down.
Changing out headbands.
Changing headbands. Damn. Way to go, LeBron. Oh, man.
Chad Coy, he brings like 5 shirts to training.
We use them too.
Yeah.
But that's Chad, though. He's just old. That's what it is. So who's your trainer now? Who takes care of all your stuff? Is it all Clayton?
Wife.
Your wife does it? Your wife is good. Does his wife do all the meal prep too?
No, he
No.
does not.
Oh.
No.
You gotta
He does
cover
his
all that.
own food.
Oh. You guys have the same diet or different diet?
No,
Yeah, different diets.
How different?
I primarily stick to seafood.
You see food, you eat it?
Yeah, I eat pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how strict is
I eat a
your
lot of
diet?
ground beef.
I know
otherwise-
during cuts it's gonna be.
Yeah, like right now it's
Substantial.
not really that strict. Like I've been cleaning it up.
It's about to get pretty strict.
But yeah, it's about to get.
Are you sticking with like just macros? Are you looking at micronutrients? Do you have a specific diet plan? Are you going vertical? Do you go keto? Blech. I'm sorry, it's
like a
involuntary
form
reflex.
of keto, but
No.
not. I don't do keto. I just try and cut my carbs. So I kind of more watch like my carbs and my proteins and like fats. But like I really don't like ever calculate it. Hardly ever. Like I don't really track. I usually eat the same things. Like since I started like my first weight cut, I kind of stick with those same foods because like I know they always work for me.
Right.
So
I mean,
But as your body changes, and if you do have a little kite, then things will change. Metabolism will go fucking way out of whack, and those same foods won't work for you anymore.
yeah, I'll
So-
have to, yeah,
You're gonna have to keep studying.
switch it up.
we keep the protein for her over body weight and the calories under 2,000. If she does that consistently and she's training hard, she'll lose the weight.
That's good.
But it's a matter of, you have one day where you go eat pizza and you blow everything then for that week, when the calories start to get tight like that. So, which is easier said than done, when you're like us. I mean, we like to eat, so.
And I work at a pizza place.
Yeah.
So.
That makes it a little bit difficult. Have
Yeah.
you ever gotten tired of pizza?
No, never.
Never.
Not like we went out for Valentine's Day and we're like,
We ended up getting pizza.
yeah, we're like, where should we go for Valentine's Day? And like, let's get pizza.
It was really good too.
It was. We
So-
also had a date night the other night and we went. For
So we're
pizza,
hillbillies.
When you guys go out for date night, is he the one that says, I don't know where to go eat?
Well, he always has somewhere that he wants to go.
Oh, I'm just checking the wife status
No,
and seeing where
it's
it
not
is.
that bad.
Well, he never wins.
He never wins.
Well, he always wants sushi, and I don't like sushi.
She didn't like Chinese food though either.
Oh,
So therefore, he
Just
loses
grease and
every
sugar.
time.
rough.
Sometimes I'll drop him off at the buffet.
You'll go get something else and come back pick him up.
Usually he'll do like shopping or something, and then he'll text me when he's ready.
Wow. That's rough.
But like for his birthday, I took him out for sushi, and I just like sat there and watched him.
That's fun.
I mean, you
That's
can
creepy
watch.
as
That's
fuck.
how it is too. Whenever she's really cutting, it's like you can't
Yeah.
go out to a restaurant and eat.
I'm like, if you ask
600
all my
calories
friends,
of
I'm
oil
like
in it.
infamous for like having purse chicken. So like I always
You
will
got
have.
purse chicken.
She's got purse chicken.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'll always have a baggie of chicken in my purse, so I'll go somewhere and be like, "Can I just get the iceberg salad, please?" And then I'll like pop out my bag of
Dressing
chicken.
on the side.
Yeah. A lot of times it's no dressing, but yeah. Like if you ask all my friends, they'll be
You
like,
got the full mom purse with chicken in it.
no, usually it's just about this big, and you can just fit a little
Oh.
baggie of chicken just right in there,
She's-
No one will ever know.
Talk about being clutch. I tell you what.
When the clutch comes in clutch.
Yeah, absolutely. So when you guys do go out, what's your normal go-to? I mean, you try for steak. Clearly, you're avoiding sushi and Chinese.
No, usually we go out for pizza.
We like our breakfast food too.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
So you're hitting on
Yes.
Cracker Barrel then.
I feel like we just don't hardly ever go
Never
out
say no to
that
biscuits and
often.
gravy.
You can't, and that's why you should come to Kentucky more because we have way better food than Illinois does. Y'all are damn near Yankees up there.
It's getting close. We're halfway to Chicago.
That's true. Yeah, you're about to enter like the no gun zone.
Most dangerous place in the state.
The place with no guns. It's kind of strange that way. So
Me and my buddy, we just forced Clayton to get his Void card, so.
Yeah.
forced him.
I'm just a procrastinator, and I just not
Or
really.
at least not liberal, so that's good. I mean, I'm okay with that. You can procrastinate all you want, just don't be a liberal, Eddie.
We had to set him down like in front of the laptop. He's like, it's just a lot of work. I'm like, just do it. He's like, okay.
You throw
5 minutes later.
You throw that around a lot, you know that? I swerved
what?
to miss a bunny in the road. Fucking liberal. That's what I get. Gee.
Well, he wanted to save the bunny. He's like, I gotta save the bunny. I was like, well, what about the buzzard that eats that bunny that has kids? Doesn't that buzzard get to live?
Oh, that bunny wouldn't have stopped for you.
No, they wouldn't have. That bunny will eat the foundation out from underneath your house, dig in tunnels, and let it fall.
I'm
That
being
bunny
attacked right now in my safe
That
zone.
bunny doesn't even give a fuck about you.
No,
But
We-
that buzzard has
But he
kids.
appreciates not being.
we like we got bunnies at our house.
We feed all the wildlife outside our house. We have pet raccoons. They don't know they're pets, but
Do you keep puddles of water that is stagnant for the mosquitoes?
good God, no.
Then you don't supply food and well-being for all the animals. And
No,
you guys are
not
fucking liars.
We're not
More
liberals, Dan.
so, more so, the raccoons and the birds.
Yeah.
I try to feed the bunnies, but they just don't like to eat human food. Not even carrots or romaine lettuce.
Unless you plant them in your garden, and then they will eat the shit out
Yeah,
of
no,
them.
if you just put it out there,
No,
they'll
no,
eat
no,
it for
no, no.
days.
Yeah.
I'm like, I specifically buy baby carrots for the bunnies outside.
Buying food at the grocery store for the creatures that live outside our house.
I bet that goes over super well.
I don't even
Hey,
question anymore.
why is our grocery bill an extra $600 this month? I had to feed the bunnies.
The squirrels needed more nuts.
Are you talking about that fucking compost pile we have out there that's just rotting away? You have a good start on a compost. You take all that extra food, you throw it in there, see, and then you can have more dirt.
The raccoons are easy because they eat anything.
It's true. They will eat anything.
And Clayton did get a raccoon to eat right out of his hand.
You gotta live to be fed a
Came right up to
raccoon.
our back. They come up to our back door. The little raccoons come up to our back door and they scratch on it.
I am jealous.
And so but then we open the door and they are so scared of our patio door they dart off into the woods and then we'll throw food out and then they'll come back.
How do you feel about needles?
When they're necessary, I guess I'll step up.
Because I mean, it's only like what 7 to 15
Rabies,
shots you gotta
yeah.
get in the stomach
Yeah.
for fucking rabies, or
I mean,
that's totally fine, right? And I think it's a big needle. I think it's like
yeah.
they gotta get like past the abdomen wall and get in there to the organs.
I think the raccoon was more scared of Clayton.
You just gotta make friends.
He,
with
like-
them.
It's not about
He, like,
fear.
Put his little paw
It's
in
about the
Clayton's
rabies.
hand and then like he stole the food.
I mean, if you put cat food out, they'll run up and they'll
Oh.
get scoops of it with their hands
Yeah.
and then run away on their back legs.
They also like Cocoa Puffs.
Do they like Cocoa Puffs?
Not that I would know.
And
Right.
Reese's Puffs. They love all cereals.
Kid cereals.
Actually,
So here's the thing that's happening
they
right
love
now.
everything, as a matter of fact.
Is my nephew has a smile on his face that is way too big, and he is excited.
I love
To go
raccoons.
back
And
home.
I love Cocoa Puffs. My
He
favorite.
wants to eat a bowl of Cocoa
You can come
Puffs.
over anytime.
You're gonna go home and there's just gonna be Cocoa Puffs sitting on your porch every day.
She expects it.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah. If we had raccoons around, yeah.
Oh, yes.
They would be our friends.
You will if you start leaving Cocoa Puffs out.
That's gonna be terrible.
We had squirrels last year.
We do have a ton of squirrels.
I mean, they were.
I
Squirrels
bring home
taste great.
our old breadsticks because we throw our breadsticks away every night at work, so I bring them home. The animals love it.
Making diabetic animals back there.
I'm saving their life. No, you're giving them diabetes. You took.
We have a
6 years
picture
off
with
their
a
life.
squirrel, and he's got a full donut. Like a day, like, it was like a day old donut that was bought, and then it was 2 days old after that, and then
No,
so the donut is bigger than the
No,
squirrel.
my daughter went through a breakup, okay?
Oh.
Her ex-boyfriend's trying to, like, make up his wrongdoings, so he brings her over a box of donuts. I also, like, I had to go to work, and I saw Clayton, I'm like, man, Alana and Ren, like, they're fighting, this isn't going good, like, why don't we take her home some donuts? So he brings her home donuts, the ex-boyfriend brings over donuts, so we're swimming in donuts in the house.
But we
And-
can't eat them because they're for her. So,
So then the squirrels start eating them, but
so
yeah,
squirrels
they're
eat
like,
donuts.
squirrels like sitting there holding this whole-size donut, just like, it is so cute. Yeah.
It's all fun and games. So you see a squirrel running around on 3 legs. They had to amputate one of them. The beatie's got it.
We're all here for a good time, not a long time.
That's
ATV, Dave.
ATB.
ATP.
Always think positive. You fatten up those
Yes.
squirrels, they taste great.
Yep.
Squirrels
So-
by our house were just ridiculously obese. Like my mom would throw bread out. My mom would throw bread out, and they would just pick this
They
bread
love
up.
it.
Uh-huh.
And they're huge. I have never seen squirrels this size, but I'd look in the backyard, you see like a large clump of fur, and you're like, what is that? Oh, it's a squirrel?
The squirrels here are tiny.
It's Florida.
They're small.
Well, see, in Florida, they have this python problem. And
Oh.
what's going on with that is after Hurricane Andrew back in the 90s, a lot of refuges and other places that had exotic animals just got destroyed. And snakes got free. And they've been breeding a lot. There's like nothing left here. They don't have fuzzy things in Florida anymore. The snakes have eaten
I
it
saw a
all.
cow. I didn't even know Florida had cows.
They do have cows. They look sickly, don't they?
They do.
Yeah.
They look underfed.
But like the rabbits are almost gone. Raccoons are pretty much gone. Muskrats are gone. These snakes are just taking over in this place.
And
And
more possum.
yeah, possums gone. Skunks gone. But you've got 17 and 18-foot Burmese pythons out there.
Wow.
They I saw a news story. They killed one a few weeks ago, and they took 72 eggs out of it. So that would have been 72 more killing machines. I mean, great. They're even to the point now that they're eating alligators, and alligators are eating them. We'll see who survives. I think the snakes will win. Because we kill alligators a lot. We don't see snakes.
Till it's too late.
Yeah, alligators
Yeah,
like
I
to go
know.
jump in pools and then they end up getting killed. Snakes don't fuck with pools. They stay in the woods. Or, crawl up in your toilet every now and then. Whatever.
God, I need to leave Florida.
Time to go.
I wanted to move
Leave
here before
Florida.
this podcast.
Now this is just Florida bashing. That's really all it is. But then there's, you can always just Google a man in Florida, and who knows what might
Yeah,
show up.
Florida man.
Oh,
Florida
yeah.
man, yeah.
Ooh.
And we've seen several of those driving around on the side of the road, in the middle of the road. There's one guy crossing the
course.
road.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That nice little blowover that we had when you guys were stuck in before you got here with all that wind and rain. Guy on a moped, totally fine. We were driving through it going to get supplies. And yeah, dude on a moped.
You like how I knew? What
You knew exactly what the supplies were. That was the primary reason for us going. And then we ended up getting, this. And clearly, that's what he's drinking now.
It's delicious. You want to try it?
But you were predictable.
No.
You were predictable.
But it's good bourbon. It's not some bullshit.
Not that Michigan motor.
Oh, dear God. That Flint water they brought down.
That was Flint water.
So here's a fun story for you, Eddie. So we're at Mammoth, and we're in there, and we're drinking bourbon. And I'm with Jamie Kane, and he has about 6 different good bourbons with him. Because that's what Jamie does. You saw the cooler. You've seen it. We're sitting there, we're passing around some good bourbons. And these people from Michigan that seem to frequent Mammoth, and I'm very grateful. I love those guys. They're really, really good people. This girl comes in. She's cocky as shit. She'll probably end up being a lightweight pro with you soon.
Yeah, I would imagine.
She's gonna make it. I mean, I think she won.
Yeah.
She won at some big shitty contest last weekend. I don't remember which shitty federation it was.
I was having a wedding reception last weekend. I was doing my own thing.
Yeah, I'm thinking there were more strong people at that place that I wanted to see than at the other one. I'm just saying. But I was in Georgia in any case.
When everybody gets invited.
Yeah, that's right. And if you're a novice, fuck it, you can go.
Yeah.
But in any case,
Yeah.
she comes in, she's like, "Oh, have you guys tried Michigan bourbon?" And I just kind of looked at her. I was like, "Is that like jumbo shrimp and military intelligence?" That sounds like an oxymoron. Those words don't go together. Like being poor rich. That's not a thing. So she brings in this shit, and it's called Motor City Gas. And they call it bourbon.
What do you call it, Dave?
I call it water from Flint. Because clearly, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about when they drink bourbon. Because we all tasted it. They're like, no, taste it, try it. We pass it around. And I took a swig of it.
Did you spit it out?
I did not, out of respect. I swallowed her down. But it was fucking disgusting. It was like drinking 3-day-old Coke out of a car that you haven't been in.
Ooh. You can taste the sweat.
Yeah, and you don't know if somebody threw a cigarette butt in it, or were they dumping off a blunt in there?
Little chaw sauce.
Did they have a lung infection and had to cough and spit somewhere and couldn't roll the window down? You don't know what's in that Coke. That's what it felt like drinking this bourbon. And she still stands by it. And she was offended when I said, "Hey, not all whiskey is bourbon, but all bourbon is whiskey. And all bourbon is made in Kentucky." She did not like that. Well, by coin, it can be made anywhere. I'm like, okay. But your humidity levels, your temperatures, don't coincide with making good bourbon. Kentucky's does. I respectfully decline your invitation to call this good bourbon. She ain't really talked to me much after that. I can't understand why, but that shit was garbage. Did you try it?
I don't think I did.
Damn it.
I think
You got away. Shit.
Yeah.
I think you were drinking all the other good things. Because we had a lot of good bourbon there. I know you were drinking, I don't remember what. Because I drank too much.
Yeah, I don't think that I was really drinking.
You drank some.
I did, yes.
Yeah.
In the same exact situation that my glass just kept filling up.
Oh, I think you ended up with a couple of glasses, didn't you? Let me just keep sliding them over to you.
Probably,
Here, try this
yeah.
now. Try this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Well,
I
your
don't
wife
want
wouldn't
to try
drink, so-
anymore.
Your wife wouldn't drink, so we got to.
Always,
See, that's,
always the DD.
yeah. Well, that's the problem with hanging out with Jamie Kane. You're going to drink, and you're going to like it. Damn it. have a plan. Have a fucking plan. Make sure Uber works in your area, or you have a friend.
I have my own personal Uber driver now.
That's fantastic. She didn't have a
No,
tip.
except for my bachelorette party.
Oh, she tips.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's something funny in there. I tell you what, there's a joke in there somewhere. Yeah, put your virgin ears away over there, Eduardo.
Nothing's free in this world, Dave. Remember that?
Oh, I know. I absolutely know. So the bachelorette party. What happened?
Yeah. Well, apparently I drank too much.
Can't imagine how that would happen.
I know. We started with margaritas, and we went to this masterpiece of Merlot. My friend shows up with 20 shots of Fireball, and he's like a little party bucket. So we downed those like in less than 2 hours, along with some margaritas. And then they took me to the bistro, which is like a gay bar. Apparently I did some pull-ups in a cage, which I couldn't do pull-ups because like it wasn't a real bar. It was like just like a metal. And I remember being extremely heavy, and I was like, wow, this is the hardest pull-up I've ever done in my entire life. Like, I remember that. And then I proceeded to, like, I was in a cage, so I'm more like doing a pull-up, like climbing up the cage. Like, I have a video I can show you later. But anyway, so I'm like climbing in a dress, you know, like, so, and then I guess I puked in the sink at that place. I don't remember that.
Allegedly.
So, yeah. So,
Allegedly.
So they're like, come on, we gotta get out of here. So we go somewhere else. And then apparently I told my friend, I was like, I want to go home. I want Clayton to come and get me. And she called Clayton, and he said no.
That wasn't the deal.
Wow.
I know.
We need both sides of this story. What's up? What the
Right.
deal?
So
That's
let's
about
talk
it.
about the deal. How was it written? Was it notarized? And how much trouble were you in for breaking said deal?
It was. We had said beforehand that her friend was gonna pick her up and bring her home.
No, Alana was supposed to take me home.
All right, so her daughter was supposed to pick her up, and then
That's not awkward at all. Drunk mom, sober kid.
what could go
Not
wrong?
awkward.
I'd be
cool.
thrilled.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, you know, think
Not
you
all
might be able
bad.
to pick me up later tonight? She was like, yeah, that's
Oh, yeah.
fine.
So then I get the call. And it's like, "Hi, where are you? I just love you. I need you to come get me." I was like,
Did
"No."
I call you or my friend? Because I did not remember calling you.
Yeah,
one bit.
and then I talked
Well,
with.
hopefully your friend wasn't saying I love you.
I know, like,
I talked with
we got
his
some other
soul.
issues,
She
right?
just really wants you to
Talk
come
about
pick
who
her
your
up.
bridesmaids are.
She just really wants you to come pick her up. I'm like, "Nah, that's all right. You guys can bring her home." And they got her to the back door, and I got her to the bathroom. So I feel like I got her. I took it home. I took it all the way. We got her to the toilet. So
His long story of how he got me from the door to the toilet was a lot more funnier, but
More funnier.
more funnier.
she thought it'd be a good idea to lay down on the couch. You don't turn sideways with that much mixed up in you. Expect it to stay down.
No, it's not going to end well. But
Well-
clearly, decision making was not on her side that evening, because she did all the basic white girl things,
So-
with the exception of the climbing in the cage. It's the only thing you did that wasn't super basic white girl. So, BWG for life.
Should have showed the boys how the pull-ups are done.
Yeah, apparently. But yeah.
Some people do like burnouts and stuff when they get trashed. You do pull-ups.
Oddly enough, I used to run.
Yeah, I've done
I would-
a little bit of running.
I would run when I was
Sprinting?
drunk.
Yeah.
So I went to
It's
Korea.
race.
Korea was fun. It was a year of massive amounts of drinking. We would get off work at 4. We'd go to this place called The Tip, which was our own squadron bar.
There's a joke in there.
Tip of
Man
the
lost
spear is
into a
what we
bar.
were, so it's alright. So we go to this place, and I'd always get the officers to buy the beers. There was dollar beers all the time because we bought our own cases and did our own whatever money we raised and went to buy more beer. So I get the officers to buy them. So I would drink 7 to 10 there. Then by 7 o'clock I'd be downtown, and I picked up a job. The air quotes big on the job part. Being a DJ at a juicy club called the Hustler. Now, my job of being a DJ was they had really good internet and I could download shit really fast. and I set playlists. That's all I fucking did. I kept music playing and invited my friends to the bar. So the mama-san was just happy that I brought more people to her bar. That's all she gave a fuck about. She's like, I can't pay you money. I said, okay, how can you pay me? She's like, I'll take care of your drinks. I said, that is a great idea. Because that equals a raise for me on a lot of levels. So by the time it was all said and done, I would have the 7 to 10 beers on base. And then from 7 to 12, or 1, depending on how it goes, I would have 25 to 35 rum and cokes.
You were making good money.
I was making baller money because those were like $5 drinks. It was all, short glasses like this here, but it was still 25 to 30 of them every single night. At 12, so at 11:55, I'd hit stop on the playlist and I'd run out the door because I had to get to the gate, so I didn't get Article 15 and ruin my career. If I left after that moment, there were 4 hotels on the way that I could dive into the lobby, get a hotel, be off the street, and not get busted for curfew. Because that was the whole thing. You had to be back on base or off the street by 12 or 1 o'clock. I did this every single night for a year. It was fantastic. Somehow, I survived that shit. Then went to Italy and cut back to a bottle of wine a night. That was an easy cutback for me. Then after that, it became just social drinking. And now I enjoy bourbon with friends. So, I mean, there's a progression to it. But Korea, fuck my kidneys, fuck my liver. I woke up several times in hotel rooms, laying on a bathroom floor with my back hurting going, did somebody cut it out? You reach over there, there's no scar.
Organ check.
Okay, good. But there were often times I thought maybe my liver would just jump out. Be like, fuck you, dude, I'm out. I quit. You're a dickhead, I'm out. But no, somehow it survived. I ended up not getting psoriasis. Or cirrhosis of the liver.
Cirrhosis.
Not psoriasis.
You also don't have psoriasis.
No, we're keeping that.
And also,
You need to be embarrassed
You look
too.
good.
Also, no psoriasis. Yeah. So, out of all the things I did in Korea, ended up fairly injury-free there. Just, tore all the ligaments in both ankles while drunk. But kept going. Didn't stop. Just laced that shit up. It was good. And played soccer the whole time. It was fun. So on days I wasn't drinking, I was playing soccer. And then when I finished playing soccer, go back to drinking.
Be great.
Logically, yeah.
It was really good to be 22. It was good. It was a good time in my life. Would I do it again? Fuck no. It's a terrible idea. So if you get a chance, do that, Eddie. Pass on that shit. I mean, it's a cool life experience and it's a cool story, but
I gotta have a cool story.
You also have to have a liver.
yeah, you need a liver to live, and there's no guarantee yours will make it.
You've got cool stories. It's okay.
Yeah.
You don't need
How about we go to like Worlds and like hang out at places like that? That'll be cool stories for you. Because I didn't have those when I was 20.
Fair.
I didn't get them until I was old. I'm 35.
Yeah, Hammer's 72. She's just now getting them.
Exactly. She had to wait that long. Look how much older you got to it than she did.
Fair.
So,
ATP.
ATP. Always think positive.
And we're running up on hour 2 now. Just
Right.
about.
This is fun though. I mean, this is what this is supposed to be. It's laughing, it's hanging out, and it's learning more about you guys. So now all of our listening public can know who Jessica Badass is.
I like it. You just, yeah.
That's what they need.
Just about
Because this doesn't have to be just strongman, strength, fitness. There's a whole picture here. You're a person besides just the strong person. Clayton is a person besides just the strong person. He's more than a bicep tear.
He's my person.
He's your person. Yeah. He's a good wife. That's what it is, and that's what we want to share with everybody with this podcast. Lord knows I know every strong person on this planet. If I don't know them, they're not that fucking strong.
How about that guy behind me today at the show? He was like, yeah, I used to be strong. Well, not, I wasn't as strong as those guys, he said. And I was like, yeah, not many people are.
Yeah,
Well, I was close.
Were you now?
Go on.
I know, I was like, oh my god, did he really just
I met 1 or 2 of those today.
Yeah.
I used to lift weights in high school. I was like, alright,
Yeah.
Cool.
So you were doing
Yeah,
anything
yeah.
close to the weights they're doing now, which is the first time they're ever doing this much weight? Yeah, you used to do that. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, whatever, dude.
See, I love those guys because they're like, well, how much do you bench? I was like, your mom. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean you bench my mom?
I'm gonna start saying that one.
Yeah, I bench your mom. That's all I need to bench. She's a little heavy though. Might want to get on that diet plan. But I bench your mom. That's it.
The best is when people ask you how much do you lift, and they don't ask you what, and you're like, well, you don't even ask them what lift because you know they don't know enough about lifting to know what lift. So you just tell them a number.
Yeah, just whatever.
1,000 pounds.
How much weight do you lift? All of it.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, all the weight. I fucking lift all of
Do
it.
you really? Oh yeah.
The other way to go with your mom part is, well, why would you say my mom? Well, because I know you got a buddy in high school who used to do that 10 times, so fuck, I might as well be on the right program because I'm sure you have a buddy or a cousin in high school who used to do that shit raw. So that's pretty much it. Because I can't stand those fucking people. Because what I'll do with somebody like that is just go, do you lift more than her? No, you don't. Bet she doesn't out fucking lift you right now. That's it.
Not shut up.
Yeah.
There was a guy today behind me. Well, I used to do all that, but I hurt my back deadlifting, so now I don't deadlift anymore.
That's the same guy.
Yeah. Well.
Oh, there was that guy? Because he told me that story of that guy. I was moving a fridge 2 years ago and, ruptured some discs, so I don't do anything anymore. Like, it's everyday normal guy.
Oh, I still do pressing. I still do. I can still press though.
It's like, really? Because Hammer has 2 fake knees. And she still comes and does what we do.
Literally,
She
she
squats
knows
as deep
everything
and as
that
low
I
as she
do.
can.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
as hard
Howard
as she
has
can.
2 brand new hips. He's still squatting, still setting world fucking records, and he's 69 years old. There's no excuse for any of us to not be in this shit.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for Masters because the weights are lighter, and I'm weak. That's pretty much it.
Masters for me, the weights usually are heavier than lightweight and no weight classes. So
Yeah, Masters might not necessarily be a great
Yeah,
idea for you.
I know.
You might just want to hang out where you're at. But
yeah, I'll just
so-
keep aging.
where do you see the sport in 4 years?
Oh my god, I mean it's growing like crazy, but like I don't know, I find it weird because I was that competition we were talking about that happened last weekend, I was like looking at like the score sheets and stuff, and I was like, I didn't know maybe like 10 of these people, and it's crazy. Like it's growing so much that there are like
More people getting
470 people that are doing strongman, and I don't know hardly any of them. I just don't know the name. I probably know a lot of their faces.
Yeah, as long as they didn't talk to you on the wrong day.
Yeah.
'Cause those people, fuck them.
Yeah, I wouldn't even know who they are.
Well, from what I've seen in the last 4 years, at least on the women's side, it is like more than doubled.
Yeah,
In every way, shape, and
absolutely.
form. In the next 4 years, I look for it to continue that process.
Yeah, I think the women will be outnumbering the men.
However, there's still going to be that huge number of people that just get in for a year or two and they bail. You now, I know you don't see this in your own mind, but you're considered an old head.
Yeah.
You're
No, I-
you're one of the originals. You're
You know
one
how
of the
many training
veterans.
partners I've had that have come and gone?
Oh yeah, and they do the same thing.
All of them except for my 72-year-old.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
and your wife. You got your
Yeah.
wife.
Yeah.
Yeah,
now that,
but he's stuck.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
whether he wants
Like,
to or
he ain't
not.
leaving me.
And people get one injured and they, all right, well that's it. I guess this isn't for me.
Yeah.
It's like it's gonna prevent you from doing something you really enjoy.
Yeah.
And you just think about it like that. It's
I mean, like most of some of the serious training partners that I've had, like females, like they just kind of completely like quit and fell off the earth. Or you know what I mean? Like one, got injured at work, so like, pretty bad injury with workman's comp and everything. So she couldn't like lift at all. But like 2 of the other girls, like they both just completely like let it all go. And like what Clayton and I said is like those 2 girls are twins. Like they could be world level athletes. Like
Very
one of them
good.
came to your show.
Very good
Kaylee Sedanian.
genetic potential.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
What? No, it was Beast of the Bluegrass
Remember the
Yeah.
name?
at the
Pulling 500 on an 18-inch.
We did like hard. It was
Didn't even know what she was
CrossFit on one
doing.
side and then Strongman on the other, and like an arena of some sort. But like she was very good. Like they both.
I think I remember. I think I was her judge on log.
You know, but they both like they had good genetics. They had good builds, but like they had no drive whatsoever. You know, like they would push in the gym and like you know there'd be times they'd outlift me or like you know but their consistency of showing up and you know keeping
You gotta
is
want
what
it
the
still.
problem
You still
was.
have to do the, you know,
Right.
do the work. You know,
If
make
you don't put the
weight.
work in, you're not going to get the result out.
Yeah, right.
So, I know a shit ton of gifted people that should have been in the NFL. They ain't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't have the work ethic for it. They just can't make it. So, a hardworking person will outdo a gifted person any day of the week. So,
And
like, there's a reason why Shaw is so successful. It's not because he's just gifted and big. He works fucking hard.
Yeah.
He wasn't
All the
always
time.
big.
No, I mean when he first came out, when I first saw him, even when he first got into Strongman, I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? This skinny, weird-looking dude with a
I mean,
big face.
probably like your size,
Yeah.
like Brian Shaw. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he first started, he was about your build, just taller. So, because he was 6'8" when he started, but he just kept working at it, and he puts in all the focus. So when people get pissy with him because they wanted to do a certain thing, he's not going to do it. There's no benefit to him. He ain't doing it. So him coming into this contest here he's done phenomenal. And before the contest started, after his 8th place finish at the Arnold, and how that was kind of abysmal, really performance by him, coming into this, watching the qualifiers, I'm really surprised at how well he's done. But I know he's going to put the work in, and he's got to be podium tomorrow.
Yeah.
I mean, there's really no other place that I see him going other than the podium. If he takes a 4th place, it's going to be because there's some sort of miracle that happens. But there's such a separation in those top 4 guys right now, and the rest of the field.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like they're in a different class.
And those guys all do everything. You know, you don't just. You can get to world's strongest man, maybe being really gifted, but nobody wins that title. It's not doing anything and everything to get there. You know,
Absolutely.
I mean, you've seen how he eats. You know,
God, the amount they
the hot tub, the cold tub, and everything all the time. I mean, just you gotta want it. So,
Well, I feel that we always have to treat our pros the best the way that we can to make them pros, because the better they get, the better we all get. We all have a certain slice of pie that we can, cut out of what Strongman is and get something out of it. I don't want a bigger piece of pie. I want a bigger fucking pie. There's so many sports in this country and in this world that make shit tons of money.
Yeah.
yeah,
Strongman has to be one of them. We're more entertaining than fucking CrossFit is. You can't tell me you sit there and watch a CrossFit competition and be like, oh man, this is so great. It's not fucking pop. That shit's boring as hell. And yet they're raking in the money. Our shows are exciting,
Yeah.
captivating. Look at the audience that we had there today.
Right.
people are going nuts.
Yeah, it's massive. And then we
And there
just
was
slow on that
several
show.
like, I mean, there was like an older woman and her husband, like probably 2 grandkids that had chairs and were sitting down there, and she's like, I have never seen this before in my life. But like, not just like, hey, I'm gonna stop and watch this for 5 minutes, but like, we have got our chairs out here and like,
Yeah. Like, wow, this
Yeah.
is something that's
Yeah.
amazing. And it just needs more publicity, needs more marketing.
Yeah.
It's got to be done. And for me, it's treating the pros better. That's what I always try to do for them. At the Arnold, when we're doing the pro show for the women, we're in the back and I've changed all the weights for them. I don't do that for amateurs because there's too many of y'all. Fuck it, I ain't doing it. I ain't got time. But for the women pros, I will change all their weights, all their warm ups, everything they want. And they're like, well, this is why are you doing this? You guys are fucking pros. You worked hard to get to the point that you are now. Now you can relax and not worry about little bullshit like smashing your finger in between 2 plates, and now you can't do overhead because your nail is falling off, and not because there's a pop on, because you smashed your fucking finger and your nail is falling off.
yeah.
Like, you shouldn't have to worry about those things. You shouldn't have to worry about if you have a chair, or can you set up over here? Can you put your bag down? Am I allowed in this area? No, at that point, everything should be taken care of for you. And for the men that I see this weekend, those things are happening. That needs to happen for women too. For all the pros, they need to be treated better. Because the better they feel, the better they'll be. So when you walk out there and somebody goes, hey, can I get a picture? You go, ATP. Freaking absolutely, that's what we're going to do. Let's get that picture in. All right. So I think it's about time to wrap it up. But if you could, where can everybody find you? How do they follow Jessica Badass?
Well, I'm so old school, rocking the Facebook. So
I mean, people rock it. It's okay.
I know, but
So
I hear
is
the
the
younger
Facebook
generation
name going
is
to change, or are you going to do the parentheses thing?
Well, I'm still Jessica Kite because I haven't done all that legal stuff yet. So I'm just
And we know Facebook is the
Right,
most
I know.
legal, really.
Right,
It's the
yeah,
most official.
exactly. I don't want to do Facebook before the social security card because send up red flags everywhere.
Yeah, then you might just get deported for that shit. They'll send you right back to Italia for that shit. Yeah.
So yeah, I will probably keep Kite in my name on Facebook just so that, because I hate when my friends get married and then it's popping up on my newsfeed and I'm like, who is this? And I'm like, oh my god, why'd they change their name? So
I liked it before.
like,
Your name was way
so
better. This
I
new
would
shit
like
ain't
to,
working.
keep Jessica Kite Puricelli on Facebook. Like that's not how my real name. Like I'm not hyphening, but.
Mhm.
And I mean, I have an Instagram. I'm just really bad at loading stuff onto Instagram. I'm trying to get better. Okay, I was trying to get better, then I quit trying to get better.
Okay. So you at Jessica Kite on Instagram too?
I don't even know. I think I'm like JKite83, maybe JR Kite.
Oh, she made it something nobody can find ever.
You could probably if you type Jessica Kite, that would probably pop my name up.
Possibly.
They can find you on
But
Facebook.
I'm yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll see what we can do to put that into the links and make that happen. I've got a social media guy here, so that's
I can handle that much. Yeah.
Twitter? Are you on Twitter?
No, I don't.
Nothing good,
No.
because that thing's an abomination.
Yeah.
I still have an AOL email address, if that tells you how old school I am.
I love it.
Wait, you
Still
got
not.
what?
Wow.
AOL, yeah.
That's like it's
America
legacy.
Online? That one?
It's
Yeah,
got a
that
dial-up
one.
tone.
Like, you used to have to put the discs in for the 1,000 free hours, didn't you?
Yeah.
To do that shit. Oh, wow.
That's how old I am, Dave.
Wow. That's fantastic.
Older than the internet.
Older than the internet. How old are you now?
30, me?
Yeah.
I'm 36.
So you're older than me. When did you turn 36?
January 28th.
So you got me by 6 months. You're older than the internet. I feel old.
You are old.
Thank you, millennial. Thank you so much for being so helpful over there.
You're welcome. I get plenty of harassment. It's okay.
I wouldn't call it harassment. I would call it
Builds character.
Hazing.
character building.
Whatever you want to call it.
Right.
Helping you,
We call it
helping you be the
love.
best you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want you to live your truth. That's what I want. All right.
The podcast you just heard was made using Anchor. Ever thought about making your own podcast? Anchor makes it really easy for anyone to get started. It's a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing podcasts. Best of all, it's 100% free. Sign up now at anchor.fm/new. That's anchor.fm/new to get started.